Okay, well, welcome back everyone to session 4 of our Heart of Mora campaign. Last time we played, you guys were exploring the Lonesome Island in the area of Cask Cove, coming back from a reading from Lady Red, an acquaintance from Kushagra's past, giving you a small task in trying to find a thief. You guys hurried down the beach only to be ambushed by some fish monsters of the local island, handling them rather easily. Eventually you guys defeated them and then continued down the beach where they were in pursuit of you, but keeping a sharp eye, you avoided any more conflict until you arrived back at the docks of Cask Cove, of which you started to investigate for this individual who possibly stole from Lady Red. Investigating into the smothered sailor, finding some clues in that she was likely down by the docks. Your clues leading you to the edge where you were able to discern that she probably boarded a ship. Being that time was of the essence, you guys decided to take back to the Breath of Arga, of which you discovered that an individual was likely masquerading themselves as Kushagra, and once aboard the ship with Davina and forging some documents to get her aboard, that passed over with Jason rather well, and he allowed you guys to board and find your way, also relaying that your companion farmer had been taken over to another ship to be sort of quarantined while he was very sick. Either way, eventually your conversations with some of the other patrons and passengers of the ship led to Jason informing the captain that there might have been a stowaway aboard, of which Captain Zovra was fairly quick to decide that a head count was necessary, bringing everybody on the ship aboard to the top deck for a head count, and then further that, an inspection. However, no mysterious person was found. Being that it was nearly morning, she let everyone go and told everyone to keep a sharp eye while also trying to get some sleep for herself, but not before her and Kushagra shared a intimate moment in her cabin where she expressed some of her concerns about the voyage. Not that kind of intimate moment. There was wine. It was moonlight. Very romantic.
It was a respectable conversation.
But that you guys went to bed afterwards, and that is where we will pick up our session tonight. No, you would have known that. But you guys went back to your rooms. Eventually, everyone fell asleep or fell into a trance, as some of them are more likely to. To confirm, the rooms now are Davina, Lucian, and Usk together?
Incorrect.
Okay, I wasn't sure. It got a little tangled up there, but that's where everyone is currently. So if you want to move things around appropriately.
Yeah, Davina's in with us, and Usk is in with Tyndale and Lucy.
Okay.
Kushagra, Davina, and Barrett, and then the others.
Usk is so big.
He's a big boy. The barrel is in the other room somewhere, but it's actually really like nestled into the corner. But feel free to grab it.
The barrel needs to come.
The barrel's in there.
Tyndale's workshop.
Is it Tyndale and Tim Barrel? Because I really like
Tim Barrel.
Tim Barrel.
So as you guys drift off into sleep, eventually the morning does come, but you guys are tired, so you'll be sleeping through that into some part of the afternoon or early morning, I guess. Close to the afternoon by the time you reach. But in that amount of time, the ship takes off, and you feel the lurch of the sails as they pull the ship into the sea, and you continue to slumber.
The Constitution saving throw? No save?
Oh, we're getting to that exact point, actually.
Not again.
It's happening anyway. I didn't jinx
So,
It's my
I
fault.
blame Tim.
as you stir from your slumber and feel the heaving seas again, rocking the ship from side to side, I'll take a Constitution save from everyone.
Please.
Are we all gonna get seasick?
We'll see.
By the power of Grayskull.
Trademarked.
I was going to say.
Redacted.
It'd be cooler if your dice was like a grayskull. 13?
You got
Okay.
it.
9.
Your constitution.
I'm a TV boy. 14.
11.
It's 3. However,
Don't start. I'm
Lucian and Barrett.
I think I'm gonna throw up. He's gonna pop.
so 4.
Okay, Davina,
ain't got no
you haven't been at sea for a while.
20.
Wow.
Dirty, but
So, Davina, Lucian, and Barrett, you guys are finding yourselves, after about 10 or so minutes of waking up and kind of settling yourself around the cabin,
I was like, who's in my room?
Davina, you find yourself looking for the nearest thing to throw up into, as with you, Lucian, and you, Barrett, as well. There is only one bucket in the room, of course, but
Don't touch my barrel. I'm so aware to go.
it is the bathroom bucket.
Where's the barrel?
Just so you know as well, Davina, in your room there is a bunk bed, a hammock, a large trunk, which also has a key and lock for your possessions. There's a one key for the door that you guys share amongst yourselves, and a bucket and a window.
I go for the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
I too go for the window. There's only one window.
Well, you guys are in different rooms.
We're in different rooms, so dibs on the window. Do we wake up?
You wake up, yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are sick.
Sir, what time is it about?
As you wake up, you're feeling fine. It's probably about 11 or so in the afternoon.
So we've only had in the early we've only had a few hours of sleep then.
It's probably been like 6 hours. Like you've rested.
Can we consider that a full rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I already did it.
Yeah, same.
I think I've already.
Way ahead of you.
Yeah. I'm alright. I'm at full.
You're probably already rested. That's fine.
started up.
As a reminder, though, I don't think. Well, anybody using D&D Beyond for the app for long rest, it will be a little more. It'll be different than just pressing the long rest button when we get higher hit points.
Yeah.
Right now, you're probably healed to full basically every time.
Yeah.
Actually,
Just a
almost
very
certainly will. Yes,
Come up on my eye.
because that's exactly how much your health is.
Yeah.
So, not a big deal for now, but when we
But
get later
clownfish,
levels,
I need to
we'll
do
worry
that.
about that. Yeah, you have a whole fish.
I forgot about that. That's probably what I'll do first.
It's wrapped in straw.
I'm gonna use that as my.
Put the
My
fish
cover.
away.
But you
I
three
don't
are
have it out yet.
you
I
three
don't
are
have it out.
poisoned. So until you finish a long rest.
We're poisoned. You have it.
Well, you're in the poison condition, so yeah.
Wonderful. So I wake up and Barrett and Davina are both
Not feeling
feeling
great.
We have to
woozy.
go find.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm puking edible.
Oh, it's been so long since this happened.
Probably.
Please.
Great. Solo mission.
What?
What does this
It happens
feel
for the
like?
best of us, my friends.
Ugh.
I would recommend seeing the healer down in the bottom quarters. She was able to create a brew for me that took away some of the symptoms, make the time pass more easily.
You'll hear from the other side. I have the.
Glory hole. Glory hole.
You're welcome.
The glory hole. For a glorious conversation.
It's a glorious conversation hole. Yes.
I'll call into the hole and say, whoever's feeling ill, go see the healer. I forget her name, but
Cassian.
Cassie.
she will give you a remedy that will make things a little bit more bearable.
And yeah.
I would love to go and see the healer.
And at the mention of Cassian's name, my head will pop out of the little hammock and go back in, and then you hear clunk, clunk, as she clunks out of her hammock, and Tim's gonna go with whoever's going to go see Cassian. But first,
I'm certainly going.
Very greenish hue upon in the mouth area of my only visible part of my face. Let's throw that down there. My canis fruit.
Oh yeah, you have the envelope of like the canister.
Yeah, a little tobacco-esque.
Yeah, it's a weird, like blackish root with these weird, like yellow kind of growths. It looks nasty.
God, I hope this works.
I'll ask for you as well. You stay here. Don't touch my barrel.
Window is all that I need.
I think I'm good.
The fresh air.
I think I'm good.
Time for food.
I would like to join you in that endeavor.
Oh, you're not sick, right?
This time.
Think of food at this time. Oh, does it give a little gag?
Should I go for everyone?
I don't think I can leave the window.
Yeah.
You just see my little mouth through the little hole.
Like-
You got it!
Just lips.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all it is. You got it!
Thank you, Dr. Tyndale.
Okay.
So Timdale the healer.
I'm just still laying in bed.
So you're going to see Cassie?
I am.
Okay. Is anyone going with you or just yourself for now?
I think it's just me, actually, yeah.
So you go up top deck and find yourself, you know where she mostly is in the kitchen with Paulus, generally speaking. So you find her,
Paulus, right?
Paulus, yeah,
Right.
the cook, who you've had some interactions with.
Yeah.
So you go down. It is pretty much exactly that. He's preparing breakfast. Some eggs cooking on the skillet. It kind of smells like a little bit of bacon and some fresh bread kind of being
Is it
cut.
like out on the...
The bacon is. There's some of the members of crew actually as well who are just finishing up as you guys are coming down the hallway, and they kind of like stacking up the bowls and
Oh, yeah,
look down.
So you're going to get food.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm,
it's
I'm
afternoon.
heading. Yeah, I guess I'm heading to the kitchen, so
Okay.
that's the same.
So we'd all be
place.
with together then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so
I'm
all
gonna
three of you.
breakfast.
Oh, you're going down as well. So the hallway. You guys are coming down the hallway, and the crew are just about to leave. There's probably about 3 different crew members, and there's just this moment where you're all like, "Well, this is a one-way street." As 3 of them kind of slim up against the walls.
What's happening?
There's a bunch of crew members
There's not
trying to
really
come out of the
past each
kitchen, and you guys are coming down, so they like slim up against the walls.
Good
And
luck getting
And I just walk right by. No problem. I'll just keep going.
yeah, Usk, your body is definitely gonna like slime up against them, unless you're trying to sliver by.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, yeah, you feel like yourself pressing up against the side, like smushing a couple of their faces with your scaly body.
Belly of fish.
Like, wonder
Smells
what this tastes
disgusting.
like.
I would just back up and wait for them to
You're
go.
gone.
Okay, after they pass, you let
That's why
them
you
go.
don't get food.
Okay,
Fair enough.
because one of them's like wiping his face off, like oh,
I have my fish with me.
The
you're
car.
just holding it.
Got it wrapped in paper and just holding it, bringing it to the kitchen to be
Okay.
cooked for my supper. So Cassian is the healer, right?
Cassian, yeah, she's just hangs out in the kitchen most of the time.
Can you see her when
Good
we...
morning.
Oh, jeez.
Or afternoon, I suppose. How did you all rest?
We have some, stick...
Oh, did you come by any canisters? Oh, please.
Oh, yeah, some social just passed right.
From
This
from
is-
when you guys from where you guys hear a thunder sound, I'm gonna cast Thermagogy as I throw up.
Oh my god! Is it like a thunderous?
Yeah. I don't want anybody to hear me throwing up.
So we'll drop the book and fire.
As Cassian kind of like,
That sounds like a bad omen.
is there a storm outside?
There is a storm brewing somewhere. Indeed.
I don't like it
my
when it storms.
belly.
The seas are always heaving. The canister might serve well. Well, being that your friend, he was unfortunately far more sick than I was able to handle. I asked for some aid from one of the other, from Captain, who recommended that he head to the other ship. We didn't want to infect the rest of the crew here. Hopefully we'll be able to return him someday, but as it stands right now, he needs a few days to be alone in isolation. However, this is still useful aboard, and if we have any more sick crew members, this will be very useful for... Yes.
So it's not for him. Is what
This-
you're telling me.
Well, I won't need it at the moment.
So
no.
you sent me to go get it for him, and now you're not going to use it on him.
So it would seem. I do apologize.
She's gonna right out of the room.
No,
No breakfast, I guess.
I fear that I might have upset her.
Very good, small.
And I come back into the room. I slam the door behind me and
Oh, thank heavens you've
deal with it. Gets back in her hammock.
Do you have the medicine?
No!
What?
She's openly weeping at this point.
Why in the name of
hammock.
death not?
Yeah.
In the name of death.
Like loud sobbing
Like
is coming from
loud,
inside
like-
the hammock.
I can't take anymore.
Little gnomish sobs.
Yeah.
What is going on over there?
I wish this illness took away my hearing as well as my appetite.
So while you guys are still down there, Cassian's kind of like, I'm terribly sorry. Do send my regards. He is in the best of care. You have to trust me on this.
Will you be able to make this remedy that you made for me last time? For the seasickness?
Oh, of course.
The broth, yes.
You
If
seem
wouldn't
rather
mind.
well, though.
Yes, I seem to have come over my brief encounter with this ailment, but my friends are not faring so well.
Yes, I can.
I will
Begin that,
deliver
yes.
it to them if you wouldn't be so kind.
Of course. She steps into the storage room to grab some ingredients before coming back out and starting on them.
Paulus
she's-
is here as well, right?
Paulus is cooking, yeah. He's kind of like,
As she's rummaging, I'd address Paulus and be like, what is it that you're having for dinner, for breakfast this morning, for lunch rather?
he points to his keys. Well, I've got some bacon on the go here, if you're interested, as well as some eggs I've been preparing as they come in. If you'd prefer them to be, do you have a preference? And there's some bread as well on the table. Help yourself.
Either way for me.
Just give me, just
Oh,
give
this
me,
is Paulus' first introduction.
just give me the.
Just gawking at
Yeah,
this
'cause
large.
I always came down to get Oost's food.
Oh, yeah, I was doing the same for you guys.
Paulette, never mind
Still inside the
the
chicken.
largeness of my friend here. He has an appetite to suit his size. If you wouldn't mind procuring his food quickly. Quickly now, Paulette. quickly.
What can I make for you today, sir?
Dozen raw egg.
Really, quantity
One dozen. 1 dozen.
is the key word here.
Make me a persuasion roll. That's far more than your normal portion for people.
Not bad. I think I have a +1 to that. Persuasion, yeah, +1. It's 18.
Dozen eggs. We will. Raw? Cassian, well, you're in there. Can you grab a dozen raw eggs, please?
Perhaps I can make a trade for the extra food for my friend here. I procured this lovely codfish. If you would be able to use this for our supper this evening,
Oh, absolutely. This is quite big. Excellent catch.
I'm sure we'll be fine for the voyage. He
Very
will eat a
good.
lot,
I'll
but we
begin
will,
cleaning this in the afternoon. Yes.
we will
Slaps it down.
find more food along the way.
Well, it's possible. We are at sea, but it's not as likely. We have prepared enough goods for our voyage, and hopefully that will do. So, if you
Gobbling up
can
seagulls
find any
along
more
our-
extra large portions of meat, though, I think that would be beneficial moving forward. As he looks at Usk,
I will keep my
we're eating for 3 here, possibly 4.
Grabbing the egg in between two paws.
As Cassian comes, a dozen eggs and like a bunch of other ingredients.
just like unshelled.
Yeah,
When I ate 5 dozen eggs.
Gotta stay regular.
one way.
So yeah, he slaps the fish down and kind of unwraps it. It's a fine catch.
Yes, I look forward to.
Do appreciate this
with the
offer.
rest of the crew.
Um,
I'm sure it'll make a lovely addition to our supper this evening.
Of course. And for yourself, how would you like your eggs today? Raw as well?
However is your specialty. I'm not picky.
Fried it is. And cracks a couple on the grill and passes a side of bacon onto the table as well. Said, help yourself. There's some bread there as well if you'd like, and water.
Well, would it be alright if I take an extra serving of bread back to my friends who are ill in the cabin?
Oh, if you're delivering, yes.
Take some fresh
Help
water
yourself.
and bread back for the uneasy tongues.
Yes, we have plenty of bread. That's one thing we do have plenty of.
Amazing tongues.
He continues to cook away and prepare things, and Cassian is sort of uncomfortable right now, but she's prepping things, and after about 10 or so minutes, she kind of like gets a couple of bowls. Would you like me to administer or bring these along, or can you handle this yourself?
Simply a broth to soothe the stomach, I'm sure.
Exactly. Make sure they consume all of it, and the chunks as well. The chunks are important. You remember.
Unfortunately, yes.
What goes out must go in.
Hopefully not with this one. If they continue to be ill, I will inspect them, though I don't want this potential sickness
I'm sure
getting
they will
around.
be fine. Just a little bit of the seasickness.
That is my hope.
It's a pinch in the seas.
Just a pinch.
Finish my breakfast. I'll take up the remedies and bread.
Just 'cause
and water.
eating millions of
Just,
eggs.
like walking back to the tossing eggs.
How many eggs do you want?
A dozen
popping
eggs.
eggs like candy.
Just eating 12 eggs.
Big boy, he's gotta stay fed. That's a light meal.
So as you go up to the top deck as well, you see Sten kind of like sit down from the top thing and slap beside you.
Oh, good morning, large one. Yes, very. You had a hunch and everything. How fare you on the island?
Good.
Oh,
Fish.
catch any?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look it. I'm wondering if you could help me out with some spearfishing sometime. I like to throw them off the side of the boat. Maybe you catch something sometimes.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well, that'd be an awfully interesting way to pass the day sometimes. You know, open seas, there's not all that much to see during the day sometimes.
Easy.
Well, you come see me if you fancy a little hook and sink. I'm gonna go back up to the nest now.
Scampers up. This like whole hunch kind of wiggles with each thing. It's like this loose monstrosity on the back of him. Looks like a big tumor almost.
He's a monkey. That's all. I know what he talks
Yeah.
about Stan. Are you talking about Breath of Fire too? There's a character named Stan.
Oh,
that's a monkey.
no, I never got to play that one.
Oh my god.
How fitting, though.
Yeah.
So you return back to the room, assumingly.
Now I come back with a remedy for you. Drink all of it. Make sure you eat the chunks.
You see me just curled up, like, in fetal position on the floor.
Do your best to finish all of it, and then if you manage to have an appetite at some point in the day, there is some bread and water here for you. Something
Yep.
simple. I hand it out. It's little bowls of like broth.
She passes
chunks in
through
it.
the board. Oh, she actually can.
No, I go
Push
and
it through this hole.
You're
There
crouching
is
your
not
lips
one
to the hole.
reach through a mysterious hole.
Yeah.
So,
It will help, Barrett. You will be better for it.
How soon?
Rest will be the only thing to fully cure you of your ailment.
I'm gonna stop crying at this point.
okay.
More breath.
Loud wailing ceases
And
after
you start
like
hearing-
20 minutes.
Yeah, no, yep. She's done. I'm gonna start taking apart the mask and chain
Okay.
inside of my hammock.
Okay.
That's where it was with me, so I'm gonna start taking it apart. So you're gonna hear some clink clanks.
Planks?
Yeah.
Now, Jules.
So the tears are gone, but the noise is not.
It's better than the tears. And I'm just gonna try and like choke down this
Yeah.
soupy.
Try to choke it down and then crawl
Shout
inside
out.
into
Shout
it.
out.
It's
Shout
big
out.
chunks of
Yeah.
like
Position in the bed.
garlic
Leroy.
and other like roots and things like that you have to kind of
Tie myself
gnaw
into
away at.
meditation.
The gnawing seems to like help the nausea a little bit when you're chewing away at it. Swallowing part is not super good, but the other parts are okay.
Just keep it down, Lucian. Keep it down.
It's like
could you keep it down?
it's kind of like bubble tea almost, but not pleasant. Yeah, I don't like bubble tea either, so not pleasant.
Delicious.
Too many bubbles.
Yeah,
Not enough
lumps,
tea.
just lumps really. Too many lumps.
Just get
But
the
You
tea.
need the tapioca bubbles.
You don't need the tapioca.
So
Where is boss?
Whoa, where are we?
So you guys are just leaving. So as you guys were up aboard, you would have noticed that in the distance is the Lonesome Island fading behind you. And you see the other 3 ships of the fleet alongside. Everything is in tow. The weather is cloudy, but with a fairly steady breeze, and all seems well as well. Other than those who are sick, is there anything else you guys would like to be doing aboard the ship this day?
I'd like to, I guess it's, what do people usually do? What do the other passengers do during the day? Do most people stay in their cabins, or do people, mill about on top deck? Is there, a common area kind of thing?
There isn't really a common area other than top deck. That's the most.
Yeah.
That and the kitchen is where you would find people milling about most of the time. The kitchen's quite small, though, so people usually go in there, eat, and then get out of there. So the top of the deck is kind of the milling place. Other than that, most people seem to be sticking to their rooms as passenger-wise, that you've noticed at least. And the crew are the ones who are obviously coming and going and working on the ship during the days.
Noon?
Little afternoon, yeah.
Let's just go up to top deck and see what I see.
Okay.
Look around.
Whisk, yourself?
I'm up on top deck as well.
Mm-hmm.
Milling about,
Okay.
enjoying the sun.
Basking.
With your
Laying
barrel.
on a rock.
And you're working in your hammock?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
It
Whisk
shouldn't take you
and
too long, but I'm not
Kushaga,
gonna-
you guys want to roll me a couple of perception checks while you're
wouldn't know.
milling about the top of the deck during the day?
Cocoon.
Perception.
14.
14, okay.
Yep. 16.
Okay. Say both of you would notice this. As you're kind of milling around the top of the deck and examining the ship, some of the details begin to come alight as you're kind of walking along the rails and going to the front and the back of the boat. You notice that there are carved into the edges of several different areas of the ship along the main deck, near kind of where the gangplank is, are a bunch of names. Lots and lots of different names, probably about 40 or 50 different names. Some examples would be like Spolonius and Drudon and Gloria and Little Roddy, Godfrey the Guttermouth, as these kind of are scratched in to the wood itself. Taking some time to go up to the very top where the actual wheel is of the ship, and right now it's more than likely Skippy at the helm, steering the wheel. But you see that the wheel it looks slightly different than the rest of the ship. It's carved of this beautiful red wood. The wood is very rare. You've never seen anything like that particular color of it. As you're there, kind of Skippy takes a note, and he's like, "Oh yes, it's pretty nice looking, isn't it?"
Yeah, carved from a single piece of wood.
Well, I couldn't be sure about that, but I can tell you right now the captain had this wheel installed. This wood here is straight from the Heart of Mora. Very rare. You won't find this on the mainlands anywhere. Feel that? That's right strong, this wood.
Must be magnificent trees in the Heart of Mora to produce such lumber.
Oh, yeah. This one's from, there's a place in there where the trees grow very tall, very strong, and very red. I've been told that the winds there will blow the pines off the trees and stab you to death if you're out in them. So very rare and hard to come by. Anyway, Captain had this wheel installed after the last voyage. Bit of damage on the way in, and had to get a new one to get out of the
Quite
out
the
of the
trophy
docks.
for this fine vessel.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a good luck token, she always says, and so she got a coat to kind of match. That's why she got the red. Well, she doesn't wear the new one yet, but maybe someday.
What damaged the boat?
Oh, big storms. I know Captain always says the storms are a blessing, but from what I've heard, her telling me, not that particular storm. A few other things as well, but that's not my place to say. She barely made it back to the mainlands after that voyage, though.
Arga is known to have a temper.
Arga? Oh, right, Arga, yeah, that's what I'm told. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes.
Because he can't see at all. He's looking like into the wheel. He's so small.
Is he a halfling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has big buck teeth and kind of like loose light brown hair that kind of just
Like, full
tosses.
width to, like,
Yeah,
sneak.
exactly. Full width.
I love it.
Is there anybody else on top deck?
Yeah, there's still several crew. Like Sten is up in the tower. There's, let's see, who else might be up
Mostly
top
crew.
here. Yeah, definitely crew. Actually, yeah, it just seems mostly crew at the moment. That's the wrong folder. That's why.
Do I know?
I'd say like you would recognize most of the crew members, anyways.
Yeah.
You would probably know, or at least have an idea of each one of them by name, since you did like did a reading for pretty much everyone on the ship.
Yeah, I'll hold my cards out and I'll hunker down in a spot that's out of the way.
Yeah, like
And,
the
start
two
studying the
dwarves.
cards,
The-
playing personal games.
Okay.
Like solitaire or something.
The two dwarves that are like the gunner guys and Wincy as well are usually on the top deck during the day as well, so they're also out there. As well as some random deckhands.
Like the crew, not the dwarves, not the passenger dwarves.
Yeah,
but-
the crew dwarves. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other three dwarves you haven't seen them come out of their room too often.
And it's usually like nighttime to drink, kind of.
You only ever saw them on the top deck and then heard that they went to the Loathsome Island. But since you guys have been on the ship, they've more or less isolated themselves to their rooms, except for to go get meals as well. Same thing with most of you and like most of the other passengers themselves.
Indeed.
So, I gotta ask, how was your trip to the island, Kushagra?
I caught a rather beautiful codfish. It was quite eventful.
Is that code for something?
No, we will be eating it for dinner this evening.
Oh, all right.
Lovely little shots.
Oh, a
there.
cod. Oh, well, lovely. Oh, that's delicious.
Yes.
I can't wait. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, my pleasure.
In advance, of course.
Thank
I'm
you
sure Paulus
for-
will do it justice.
Thank you for taking us safely to this Heart of Mora.
Well, here's hoping, you know. We're a long way off yet, still, that's for sure.
How long do you think is left in our journey?
Well, hey, let's see here.
Actually gonna bring up something that I made for my own personal benefit. Right quick here. 1, 2, 3.
So we're still on half deck, right?
6, 7.
Well, if everything goes according to plan, we should be there in about a week or so. Mind you, that's if the weather keeps up and the sailing is smooth ahead. But it shouldn't be too long.
I will pray for calm seas for us all.
Well, please do, and maybe if you could consult those cards of yours for any unforeseen things that would be maybe useful for us, that'd be lovely.
I have not seen anything jarring yet. I will let you. You'll be the first I let know.
Ah, good to see. No bad omens, I hope, right? No talking about bad omens either, right?
Good man.
That's bad omens.
Hearing them talk, Usk lets out like a chuckle. Consult the cards.
Would you like a reading, Usk?
No trust in magics.
There is no magic in these cards. It is simply intuition. It is a method of convening with nature around you. There is no magic in these cards. They are just cardboard and paint.
No trust. No greed.
All right. If you ever change your mind, Uskaya, you know where to find me. You might find it useful someday. We'll see.
I heard consult the cods, and I was like, oh yeah.
Consult the cods.
The cods.
Let's do a reading on this codfish.
Well, I mean, I'm not one to tell you what to do there, large creature.
He looks up at your like crotch at this height.
But I'll tell you what, it might put you at ease, perhaps, but you look pretty much at ease right now. It's hard to tell. Tell you, it's gonna be a long day. I'm interested to know if there's a story behind your kind of pointed to his eye.
Long story.
Well, we got a long journey.
Man come, man take. I find man, I eat man.
You didn't say man, right? Not halfling.
Man. Gray man.
Gray man.
Gray man.
His skin was gray.
No.
Oh.
You're right, that was a very exhausting tale. I don't think I've ever heard him say so many words.
So you're saying that this gray man came and he took your eye? He must have been right strong to fight you into that.
Small man. Deep magics.
What do you mean?
Mountain
What is this about magic?
magic. Gray man.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that gray magic man thing, that's for sure. I've heard rumors of this gray man.
You know gray man.
No. He doesn't. But I've heard rumors. Travels around. Does all sorts of things.
Tell. Small.
Well, I've heard stories of him in Rodolph. I've heard stories of him in the Nation as well. And in Selga. Seems to be all around. This gray man. I also heard that he's not a man. No man could handle the magics that he's been doing. Says others. I ain't never seen him myself, though. And by the sounds of it, I hope to never. I like both my eyes where they are. Looking out around the world. So you lot have never been to the Heart of Mora, have you?
This is my first time taking this voyage.
Mine as well. Well, many of us, other than the captain, of course. She's the only one who's ever been there before.
What happened to the captain's previous crew? You know, she took this Breath of Arga the last time.
Oh yeah, this is her ship. She's had this ship for many years.
Is there...
Oh, many years, yeah.
Do you know what happened to the previous crew?
Oh,
It's not like a captain to abandon an entire crew.
Well,
One trip to the next.
I probably shouldn't say it. It's not really my story, you know.
I'll ask her myself.
Be careful asking that question. It's a bit of a sensitive subject for the captain.
Sugar knows how to handle these sensitive subjects.
Small. I tell my story. You tell your story.
Roll me a persuasion roll.
That's nice.
Say with advantage for the sake
Pretty
of that's a
logical
story
there.
of strange,
Yeah.
yeah. That is pretty logical.
I think I just called him small.
Small. You.
You tell me.
He's not willing to argue with them either.
So,
Advantage.
definitely advantage. It's a 1.
Oh god.
Oh god, not much better. That's a 5.
5.
Well, I shouldn't say too much, but
We need a dice gem. Or a dice
we
break.
best hope that what happened on the way back doesn't happen to us. Let's just say that. I like the crew we got, though. I think it's a good crew and lots of sharp eyes out there. Nobody's got the worries too much, at least.
No story, no tell. Go fishing.
Wanders off.
He's a interesting creature, eh? You two know each other from before?
We are strangers, but several days ago,
Oh yes.
I found him to be more than he comes across.
Well, he's very mysterious. I wonder how a big creature like that gets on a boat like this. I know those tickets. Oh, they weren't cheap. I couldn't afford one, that's for sure.
He is very resourceful. I'm sure he can manage coming across gold.
Well, maybe he can teach me a thing or two. Mind you, I don't have a big, strong body like his. That axe blade of it alone is bigger than me.
Yes. It was quite fearsome to behold that.
I can fight if I need to, though. I can hold my own in a fight. I usually go for the groin. That's my secret.
I was going to ask if you'd like to spar sometime, but
Oh, heavens, no.
maybe someone else.
Yeah, if you're looking for a sparring partner, the only one on board that I would say would be worth sparring with would be the captain. But that's because, for the most part, that's the only person I've ever seen fight. I know people got a couple weapons here. Some of the other crew members like to be safe. You know, we got a couple of individuals, but myself, I got old Shoppy here. He points out this little dagger. Shoppy here has always served me well. You know, fending off people if I need to.
Ah, you are a collector of knives.
Not really, just old Shoppy.
I pull out one of my daggers. It's probably like twice the size of his.
Yeah.
Balance it, twirl it around,
Oh, make me a sleight of hand.
throw it up in the air and catch it. Just like show off a little flair.
Roll a 20 and see if you get it deep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll a 1 and stab myself in the hand.
Oh,
Sleight of hand, you said?
Ah, you get a little dangerous with you.
That's a 23.
It is quite impressive display of knife work. You know that scene in like the Chronicles of Riddick where he's doing all the weird shit?
Yeah.
It's not quite as ridiculous as that because there's some stupid shit in that.
Very long shot, yeah.
But it's pretty much like
But
this.
just a little flourish and toss.
Whoa! Oh, you're quite good with those knives. I've seen it.
It takes practice, yes. Training.
Cards,
Is there-
knives. What other tricks you got stashed under your cloak there?
The magician never reveals his
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Kushagra also does not reveal his secrets. Would there be perhaps an old barrel or something that I could use as a target? I would like to practice throwing my knives.
Old barrel. Well, probably at this point, I would say we've got mostly full barrels, but I suppose if you wanted to ask somebody, well, maybe here. Hold on a second.
Jason the quartermaster might be a better person to ask.
Hey, Bolden!
He yells out at this dwarf who's just like swabbing the deck.
Hey, do you want to see if there's any empty barrels downstairs in the storeroom? Bring, if so, bring one up top deck. Don't ask any questions, just do it.
Typical middle manager.
Puts the mop to the side and begrudgingly goes downstairs.
We'll see if he comes back with anything. Old Paulus will have something, I'm sure. Breakfast has been had, at least. You know, maybe there's an empty barrel of water or something.
That would be very good.
We'll see.
Lucky 13. After a few minutes, he comes up, like, barrel over the shoulder kind of thing. And standing in the middle of the deck, just kind of... Boom.
Are you ending in there? Yeah, that'll probably do just fine. Thank you, Bolden. Back to work now. Swab that deck. You're missing a spot on the railing again. Don't make me not writing your name on there.
Yeah, I'll just take out my little sack, like my little. I imagine it's like a knife kit kind of thing, like
Rolls
a
out.
little roll of daggers
Love
that I take out.
Unfurl.
And furl, and I'm just gonna hunker down and start practicing throwing them because apparently I can't hit shit with my daggers when I throw them.
You can hit the body, emotion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that
I'm gonna hit
for
body
water.
emotion,
Oh.
Yeah. Good one. Yeah, very good one.
Yes. Thunderstorm crackling around.
So as you spend the afternoon doing some target practice, Wusk, Timdale, is there anything else you guys would like to do with the day?
I'm gonna use my tinker ability to make a. Is there like a folk song that like everyone in Mora would know? A soothing one, let's say.
Possibly. Let's see.
A soothing one, not like a. Yeah, exactly.
Roll me a history check. Oh
literally break it.
my god, that printout of the map I just saw, it looks up
Reach
beautiful.
memorial. 15.
I can remember a few, actually. Dealer's choice, something happy, something sad, something jovial.
Something happy. Let's do that. So I'm gonna make a small music box and come out of my cocoon at this Are you still out the window, basically, or are you like in bed?
I'm kind of like trancing, trying after leaving the bowl of slop. Just trying to get some rest.
I'm gonna like come out of the cocoon and just like sit. If you're bottom bunk, right?
I'm just kind of like floating cross-legged on. Yeah.
Sick. I'm gonna sit close to Lucian and just like open the box and just sit there. And just.
How loud is it?
You would be able to hear it. I'm assuming.
Oh, is it playing?
Yeah, it's playing. Yeah, there's like a music box that's just playing, and when it runs out, you just hear me close it and open it again, and then it just starts.
Does the box look like anything? Is there like an ornament inside or anything?
It's gonna be made out of farmer's
Okay.
mask, or like the mask that he was wearing. So it's like pretty.
So like the jaw opens up and it's like opening up a skull.
Yeah, so not that big, like quite small. Like I've taken it apart into pieces, but it's made out of the pieces. So you can clearly identify that the metals that were in that were used to make this. But I do want it to be pretty classic music box with like little tiny little feet on it.
Nice.
Like cloth.
Exactly. Yeah. And then so it just every time I'm just opening.
On the third open.
Yeah, I'm just opening it.
I actually start kind of playing along with it. I'm laying in bed, kind of just with the, and just, since it's like a very familiar tune, I just play along with the tinks of the.
So if I hear, can I hear that?
I would say you guys have the hole in the wall. You
Right.
can
So
hear.
then so I'm gonna scoot like closer to the hole in the wall and just have it be playing closer to the hole so that it's more for everyone.
You'll see like my shoulders like untense as the music keeps them from down from my ears. But
And my eyes are like super puffy.
Yeah.
Like my hair is out 10 times more disgusting than it was in the morning. So yeah.
it's like using a
looking
snot rag.
looking rough.
Yeah, looking.
Yeah.
You got the like red
Don't
swollen.
talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like yeah.
Still pouty, like faced.
Yeah. Yeah, sad boy.
Yeah. Shed.
It just keeps opening and closing.
Just curled up in a bottom bunk with a blanket wraps around me, just like.
Was it the
Eventually. Oh, this is the music box. My best efforts. It continues to play, and you play along with it. And eventually, the day does drift into the evening as a clear day of sailing has passed. Sorry.
I was like, less terrifying.
It sounds a little terrifying, doesn't it?
day? Yeah,
It's gonna stay for now.
should be the 8th day now.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
as the evening passes and you guys have been consuming your remedies,
It'll be the 3rd.
you do feel better by the
Third
evening
Sunday.
before you go into rest. So you are able to complete another nice long rest, feeling a lot better. But as it does come into evening, is there anything anyone would like to do overnight?
Just gonna try to consume some water and maybe
Okay.
try to eat a piece of bread.
Good choices.
I probably would have gone up to get at least a little bit of food in my system, but that would have been it.
So that was the full after day, and it's
And
now
then
Sunday.
back to sleep.
Nat 20. It's about time. These guys did something.
Kraken.
And the Kraken smells the ship up in your eye.
And the ship just gets crushed in half. Although not really sure whose room it is now.
Oh my god.
Let's say it's that one and that one. Okay, so the one that's back that actually has Lucian and Tyndale, you hear this kind of
I fell asleep sitting on the floor.
yeah, roll me perceptions to see if you guys actually hear this, because you are sleeping or trancing.
Myself is, I'm not.
You're in the different room.
Yeah.
Perception, you say?
18.
Okay. You do hear
20
it.
dirty.
Also hear it. And Kachara? You're in there,
Who's in our
aren't you?
room?
No.
Oh, it's Usk, excuse me.
room.
Also, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can move him if we can.
Barrel.
Top bunk.
Barrel roll.
Lizard tail just hanging off the like legs.
He just does a daffodil.
So you guys all hear the knock on the door.
On the door, not the wall behind us, right?
On the door, yeah.
Not us.
I'll go and give a signal to the both of them, just slightly creak open the door.
You see standing low this blonde-haired dwarf.
Hey, sorry to bother you. Looking for tiefling. I don't remember if we got his name or not.
What business have you in the middle of the night, Tiefling?
Well, I've been trying to get some entertainment going, and just wondering if he's interested in a couple games or not.
He like looks behind them.
Yeah, I know.
Is this dead of the night?
Like dead of the night. Yeah.
I'm like peering. I'm like peering out from behind, like just like the top of my head.
Is he kind of trying to look in? He's like, but you're just opening it, just a small crack.
It's Barrett. Wasn't playing music for the rest of the players, I guess.
It's like a low audible growl.
What's your name again, Dwarf? I'll just like poke my head. What's your name again, Dwarf?
Oh, Rurik.
Rurik.
Yes.
Can you are Rurik?
sleeping. You guys can roll perception checks at this point because you guys are trying to
Well, yeah, like
call.
I'm talking.
I'm in a trance.
Your trance, yeah. So that's equivalency.
14.
You can hear it.
I rolled an 18.
You'll hear it as well.
How am I feeling?
21.
You're feeling much better at the
Much
moment.
better?
The lips are back.
Lips are back.
Yeah. The sea lips.
What? Why is somebody at your door? How is that the wrong friggin' apartment? Somebody's in the wrong place. Oh. I'm not a stripper.
Yes.
It's not a stripper, so you should tell him that.
Apparently, he's not one to remove his clothing.
Oh, sorry,
what kind of
that's
entertainment
no. He like rattles a couple dice in his hand. No, it's like entertainment. I'm just bored. I'm losing my fucking mind here.
I'm very bored.
I just don't know.
I go back to the hole.
I've got a bottle.
There's a bottle involved.
He's very bored with a bottle involved.
See him kind of like.
Two dwarves, one bottle.
Yeah.
He looks back again. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Hey,
I'm still talking to the guy.
he like leans around the corner.
oh, sorry. Hey,
And he scuttles over to your door. And
hey, how are ya? Hey, oh, I figured you'd be up, but I was just wondering, if you're sleeping, that's fine. I just finally got a moment where I was able to slip out and get a craving a little bit of a game or something. What do you say? I mean, we already went over the rules a little bit, right? You know, remember how to play the CeeLo?
I close the door. Open it up. Fine, okay.
Oh, right, I've got a bottle of rum here as well. Picked it up on the island.
Do you have a small
Well, I
one?
picked it up on the island, Oh, yeah, we're gonna go top deck if that's alright.
Fine.
I don't want to go back to the room and wake the others. Viet is not too happy about that sort of thing, so we're just gonna keep it on the down low. You and me.
Yeah, are we able to hear what's going on? Okay.
Okay, I guess we will go up on the top deck.
Room in your game for two more.
Oh, more than area, yeah.
To play this game.
Oh, very good,
It's
yes.
free.
Yes.
All right. More money, my
Make it!
I haven't included too much.
Keep it down now. Don't want to wake the rest of the floor here.
Kind of leans her into the hallway.
Hi there, the knights.
Audible
We're doing
growls,
fine.
growing.
Alright, I'll meet you up there in like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Get your clothes on and stuff.
Do you recognize the voice? Like, is this the same?
This is the same one who was.
who did
Yeah, so we would
Silo
recognize
on the
him,
dock?
yeah.
Okay. So this is not the 3 dwarves that are bunking together.
It
It
is,
is.
yeah. It's the one with blonde hair who played CeeLo at the docks. Yeah.
Who was visibly drunk during the hike.
Really visibly drunk. Yeah. Or, yeah, he was visibly very drunk.
Likes to indulge.
As you hear him kind of goes up the stairs.
Why are you 3 following?
For
You know, the water game.
We're awake now.
What's it called?
Water game.
CeeLo?
Let's switch.
Fine.
Okay.
Terribly bold. That's it.
Tim's walking like she doesn't know how to walk anymore. So it's like,
Legs are asleep because she was sitting cross-legged.
she thinks that she looks important when she looks like this.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go upstairs and play him at some CeeLo for a while?
Yeah, put some snow.
Okay. So
Lose some money.
possibly.
Don't know how to play. Lose some money.
We're because you guys will play for probably an hour or two and drink some rum with him.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to do a series of different checks to see how well you do, essentially. But during that time, you guys can chat with him if you like and all that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, I'll get everyone to make me a insight check, a deception check, and an intimidation check. We'll do insight first.
Okay.
Everybody's
Nat 20, baby.
Whoa.
22.
That's a 4 for insight.
that's a 10 for me.
So,
Make
Well.
me our mask.
It's a 12 for me as well.
Not 20.
12. Davina, what was yours again? Tim, yours is 12?
10.
Yeah, 12.
10, okay. And Barrett, 4. Wow.
Still a little
It is
sleepy.
not a.
Are you?
It is not a charisma saving
Oh, is it
throw.
not?
So
Oh, okay.
You're still sleeping. You're just
No,
you're
no,
just
no,
sleeping.
no.
You're just
like
like
but I'm
fuck
not
this.
playing.
You're not
Have
sleeping
my
but
own
not
plans.
playing. Oh, okay.
Check.
Well, this is taking several hours,
Touché, we're playing.
but we'll go through this first. Okay.
Hey, for Jagger.
So let's get deception checks next.
Perception, absolutely.
Deception?
Deception next.
19.
Oh my god, another
Nice. Wow.
I'm gonna cry.
22.
Are you disguised or wearing a mask for this? Also worth noting.
I
22?
would've been putting my mask on before.
And what's yours?
17.
22 for me.
19 for more.
Just the ultimate poker face. Just a
Wow,
ma-
he
a
rolled
mask.
really well for that one, actually. I already put down some pluses. So it was nat 20, 22, did somebody have?
22.
22, okay.
So I would have made mine 21. but
And yours was 21, 17, and
19.
19. Okay.
Let's go for the turkey, baby.
And the intimidation lastly as well.
Okay, no, okay, yeah, okay, there we go. I'll relax. There we go.
Okay.
16.
I'm very intimidating with a 17.
Super intimidating. You're pissed off that you're losing. Yeah.
15,
Yeah.
okay.
16 for me.
16.
My fucking money.
Give me my money!
So,
Hey, where's my
last
money?
question.
I hate it when you get like
Let's see
this.
for each of these checks. Would be, how much were you guys willing to gamble with?
Is there a minimum?
He's gonna try and get a silver each round type of thing, so.
How many rounds?
You guys are playing for a few hours, so 10 maybe plus, 10 plus rounds.
I probably would have matched him on.
Say like you have, like at max you'll lose would be a gold piece, I would say, and like you guys are playing for a long time, not
That-
a,
yeah,
not a
like,
like
I would go minimum
profitable
each
time.
round.
I would,
Okay.
I would match him. I would match him each
Okay.
each round.
I would go in between the two.
All right.
Play a little Barcelona.
Trying to play risky.
Yeah,
but
I would
also
match.
safe.
I would match.
Kim's just trying to think she's cool.
Big money, no whammies, no whammies.
All right.
Just did not go back to sleep during this whole time.
So,
Growling
He
continues.
was very-
as you guys, the hours pass by, and Rourke is kind of gesturing at you guys. So, did you guys have a chance to go to the Lonesome Island? I heard you were was some interesting business there the other night up top deck. I was a little. We had a fun time in the afternoon, but apparently your friend came with us. I remember very little, but I do remember him on the docks asking us if he could tag along, and of course we allowed him. So
Before any of us answer, I would like to make a point to ask, how drunk are we?
oh yeah, you guys, if you're drinking the rum that's being passed around,
If we're drinking, yeah.
are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
I am.
If everybody is, we'll do con saves.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's
I'm like,
You gotta check our homework.
that's a 9. I am drunk and hopefully lucky.
That is a 16.
Oh.
16.
Okay.
You start
Hopefully lucky, is that what you
yeah,
said?
drunk and hopefully lucky. Yeah.
So what was that again?
Constitution.
Oh, okay. 7.
Okay. So yeah, Davina and Lucian by the end of it are visibly intoxicated.
Those cannot.
I was about to say. If it's not fine wine, they can't hold their liquor.
Yeah.
It's not bad stuff, eh? As he goes to finish it. Oh, that's it. Oh. So yeah, that was a bit of a strange business there.
You're sure? Like you say you were drunk.
I was fairly drunk. I've been drunker, but
You're a dwarf. Drunk is normal.
well, not all of us drink, but all right, fair amount, fair play. Yes.
Like saying the tieflings don't lie.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's about equal ground.
Stereotypes tend to be true, don't they?
There's some amount of accuracy, it seems. Though, it's still curious business, though, and it makes me feel happy that there's no one found, but a little bit nervous, too.
So when you guys got back to the ship, where did Kishab, our friend, go?
Left?
Stage left or your left?
Right, well, we got off the gangplank, we headed right. I believe they went left.
So towards the front of the ship.
Maybe. I honestly can't remember. I was very...
You don't remember anything they might have
Happy.
said or anything, do you?
He was very quiet, very said much about a whisper. Trust me, we tried to get him to sing. I tried to get him to sing.
Did they carry anything with them? Because I'm like,
Well, I guess I can roll a... nothing that I would have noticed other than his big cloak and... Yeah. Sort of hiding everything underneath the big cloak. It's hard to tell at night as well.
Was there any of you that was sober?
Nora was dead sober. She's the responsible one.
What's the name of Lord?
Nora.
Nora.
Would you be able to get me an audience with her?
Oh, if you want to talk to Nora, sure. So just knock on the door in the morning and see how we're doing. And
She seems to be the only one that I haven't really spoken to, I guess.
well, she's very quiet. Not a lot of people talk to her because she doesn't talk to a lot of people.
is she friendly?
In what way?
That's great.
Is you're like drunk? She's friendly. She's friendly, but she's quiet. Keeps to herself. Doesn't want to say too much, right?
Maybe she just needs a girlfriend.
I'd say, actually, I should probably make a con save for him. All right, he's a dwarf. He's handling his liquor pretty well.
Girlfriend, you say?
Are we still playing CeeLo? I'm sure.
Oh yeah. So by the end of the game, you guys. So
Be like drunk, be like, is that good?
Lucian, you will
No,
gain.
It's okay.
You gain 5 silver.
Oh, wow, that's a bit of a...
So-
Tyndale, you also gain 5 silver. Barrett, you gain 5 silver. And Davina, you lose 5 silver.
Aw.
That's a shame.
Well, you had fun.
Lame.
You got drunk off some
As Rook's kind of, well, yes, somehow you managed to clean me out there, you guys. I thought we established that I was really good at this, but luck's not on my side, I guess.
Think again.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah, I'm like doing this.
Lost forever.
I got it.
Thank you.
She gone.
As you guys are playing, you will notice at some point, especially when he gestures the front of the boat, and you guys all instinctively look towards the front of the boat, that Cruel is doing his usual stand at the front of the ship and feel the wind. Individual there, I mean, as long as we're in stereotypes, do you know him?
Kind of at this point. I guess she's his best friend.
Yes.
Your best friends?
Probably I'm going to say he has a best friend.
He's not like you, I've noticed.
No, not many are like me.
That's true, that's true.
It's very uncomfortable.
Just go stiff.
Yeah.
Well, it
Just to play that.
admittedly makes me a little bit nervous, just... He's always talking to himself every time I've seen him.
Again, it's not going to go as well as the first time. I'm just going to ruin everything.
But at least to know that at least one person is friendly, that's fills me with some confidence.
She's going to like stand up at this point and just kind of walk over to him a little bit, like
I just
stand behind him. I don't know.
Cruel?
Yeah, like 20, 30 feet away from him.
Okay.
It's like knee high, just like standing behind him. Looking
Yeah.
Wow.
As, without
Liquid courage.
him turning
Yeah,
around
exactly.
and
She's
to...
a little drunk. She's not like completely hammered, but
can't give her any less information than he's given me.
Oh, he's talking to you?
Talk at me, more like it.
What's his story?
His name is Cruel because I know, right?
It's probably the rum. That's a stupid name.
He probably spells it with a K as well.
Probably like a freaking idiot.
The word is cruel.
Oh,
I
exactly.
take the name Cruel.
Oh, that's funny. I haven't laughed like that. He didn't hear us, right?
I was gonna say how loud.
His Cruel is standing at the front of the ship. It's fairly windy, so you're like, probably okay. You guys are kind of
Can I
towards...
hear them?
You can hear both parties, I would say. Not that he's making a lot of noise, but Cruel does kind of look towards, and eventually his eyes turn towards you and kind of...
I like to think that I was be like, ooh, look at me, I'm cruel. But underneath the mask, you can't see any facial expression. There's no, just
nothing.
robotic kind of.
I'm just snickering under my hood.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And that's all he does, and then turns back to the water. I got to say, I've never seen anyone have such a good poker face. You're impossible to read, you know.
That's
Your lips don't even move, and your eyes are always open.
He was cursed.
my mental condition.
Cursed?
He was cursed.
What do you mean, cursed?
His face was cursed by a Medusa.
He's now there.
I give Bear a kick. I'm like,
To embellish.
What, you single-handedly took down a Gorgon creature.
Oh, come on.
Only coming out with the face of stone as your reward and your curse.
And being drunk, like, yeah, I did do that.
Roll me a deception with advantage.
Take it back to the fish man.
That is a 26.
oh.
He's cursed? Was there any way to fix it?
Oh, wow. This is this. Quick, fixed that it could be.
That's
Words
why
are not
we
even
go into
finding
the
myself
hot
I wish
That's
I was there.
appropriately.
That's the best he can do.
The quest that he's going to the heart. To try to find
That's
this, what will lift his curse.
yes.
Oh.
That.
As a point of reference as well, if it gets hit, it does lose its mirage, right?
Yeah.
So, just
Keep that in mind.
That's why I've always called him Stony Face.
Oh, you guys
And at
are.
that, just like hit him with the meg.
It's horrible.
I know.
God.
I mean, it's not much of a disimprovement, so.
Well, hopefully you find a cure there. And your friend, your skin
I'm sure
is...
your gold will help me find the cure.
Oh, yeah, you seem to have cleaned me out, you lot. Your friend as well. Your skin is as white as it comes.
I tend to stay away from the sun.
Is that the
for
trick?
Aging and all.
Oh.
Sure. For an elf.
See if
700 years.
did Lucian not say that right, or did he say that? As perceptions aren't very good.
Yeah, do it.
Oh. Just from not being in the sun?
Well,
Wow.
also, I'm just naturally pale.
Oh.
But not being in the sun, that's why.
Should go to Durgar. It's all underground. You'll never see the sun there. That's where we're from. All of us dwarves.
I will have to check it out. Where was that?
He said Durgar.
I've never been.
Oh, well, it's beautiful there if you like caves and
No sun.
mountains. No sun there. But yeah, there's caves and all sorts of things in Durgar. Mostly caves.
I like caves.
Ah, that's clear. Well, I must say that it's been quite a treat. Thank you for entertaining me all night, but it's getting late and I don't want to be noticed escaping out of the room for a while. Next time I'll have to take your money instead.
I like to see you try.
Well, didn't I already?
Speak for yourself.
Some of us had to lose.
I get up from where we're all kind of like crowding around and make my way over to Tyndale towards Rule.
Okay, he goes back downstairs after a minute or two.
When Cruel turned his back to me, I would have like come up to the front of the ship
Okay,
a little bit closer, not beside him,
he like
but
turns again to
and
see
I'm
that
like
you come
looking
closer.
the other, like I'm looking this way.
Off.
Yeah, like
Before you come up, he kind of, excuse me, just says out to the water, but you can hear him. It is beautiful, no?
Yes.
The moonlight.
You bet.
Cool.
really trying, man. Really
Cool. You're so cool.
Nail it.
Be mysterious. Be mysterious. Yeah.
Don't do too much. Don't do too much.
What even is the movie?
He doesn't say anything else. And then Barrett comes up beside you eventually.
I think we should probably get back down to the,
Aye, Captain. Cruel.
Turns around.
I'm gonna start reaching out for you to try and guide me back down.
Come.
Load.
Until next time, small Tim.
On your butt.
Yeah.
Just like.
let's just call her Imp.
No, Tim.
I thought you said Imp.
You imp.
If you called me an imp, it would have been like,
Excuse me?
that's cool.
That's cool, that's cool, that's cool.
Ah, nicknames.
Yeah,
So he looks
exactly.
back out at the
yeah.
sea.
Best friend.
Sad boy.
Edgelord.
Making your way back down?
Yeah, make my way downtown.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
walking fast.
Yeah, I go back.
Please don't walk too fast.
I noticed like he not noticed not taking any like look at me at all.
He looked at you and then
But,
looked
like, no.
back. I mean, his look is always angry. He's always got the scowl face on, so it's like,
I place my hand on my rapier and just clutch my pearls.
My lady.
What do you want?
he looks back. Me?
No, the other one I'm talking that's up here brooding.
There is so much that I want.
Let's narrow it down. The first time I talked to you, you just gave me a lot of bullshit.
I give you no bull and no shit.
No shit up the bull.
What do you know about the carnival?
The people in Carnival, not always who they seem.
I know that, yes.
Yes.
You know stuff that you seemingly think that I know, but I don't.
You do not know who you are.
Who I am? I know exactly who I am. Who do you think I am?
You are a child.
I am Baird Montgomery Aylstorm III. I am not kin with you. I am not part of any thing that you think I am.
This, maybe I will tell you, since you do not know. All of us, tiefling. You, me, all others. We are born of one. We are born of Strakoth, or other. That is our father.
I don't care.
Nor
I don't.
should you. To serve him is to serve the evil only. That is not who you serve, and it is not who I serve.
I serve myself.
And that is all. No other moon cults.
I walk my own path.
This is what I hope. You walk your own path. As long as it does not cross mine, there is no problems there.
I believe they will cross more than once, unfortunately.
Unavoidable crossings. Best not be in my inconvenience.
My hand is white, knuckled around the hilt of my sword. And I let go. You know what? You keep Don't laugh at me.
There is much rage in you. And in me. It is that hellish fire that makes our race strong.
I am nothing like you. My rage comes out in words. My words are my weapons. So I will bid you adieu. Stay away from my friends, or things will get bad. My words, like I said, my words are weapons. I use them to crush my opponents.
You would like my friends.
You don't have any friends. And I start walking towards.
He just cackles into the night as you walk away.
Not a bad guy.
So not a bad guy.
He's pretty.
Seems alright.
He's a pretty. I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He said
That
the moon was
guy.
cool, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's right.
The moons were right.
Don't give him any.
Just anything.
On the way down, I'm like, you're just like super drunk, and I'm like,
Lucy, next time, I'm really gonna talk to you. I promise. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it.
that's pretty cool.
I just walk right past.
I just picture the meme
As,
of the two Spider-Man pointing at each other.
As you walk,
Happened to liquid courage.
you hear this kind of like before this. You instinctively look behind you, and he is gone. This black mist swirling. You look back, and he is in front of you. We all have our tricks. And vanishes again.
I look back towards the front of the ship. The front of the ship. And he,
Walking down the stairs. He looks back one last second and walks back down.
Unparalleled edginess.
You hear this kind of as Callie slings down.
Oh yeah, girl.
What?
Get it?
was that?
Ooh, kind of cool.
that was two very different people having two very different conversations.
I've never seen anyone move that fast before.
Calm down, girl.
Magic of some sort.
Magic? What magic? What do you mean?
He must have some sort of magic to short range teleportation type of bullshit.
That's quite frightening.
Yeah.
You and him are friends now?
I'm gonna kill him. Oh, not on this ship. It's not my place.
That's where I was going, yes. Hopefully not here.
But I will kill him.
She's just quiet after that. Well, it's good to see you made it back on board. Better go back to my watch. Scurries up the ladder, like slowly.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
I start making my way down towards the cabin.
Okay. So you go
Walking
back
past these two.
Oh yeah, we're long gone.
Back in the room.
Are you still awake?
In the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drunk.
I'm trance like up against the wall.
In a trance.
Yeah.
Trance.
Trance.
I'm in a trance.
I'm in a
not
trance.
unconscious.
First time sleeping ever.
Just being able to sleep in any given position. Yeah. Just. I'm not unlike myself.
I'm just sitting on the bed
Just reading a book.
with my rapier out. Just kind of looking at the blade.
Doing with
Okay.
that Barrett?
Thinking some very bad things.
Of what sort?
Murder.
Uh-huh.
Not you. Not
Okay.
any of you.
Good. I'm just like sitting there back reading my book.
Death is good. Death is great.
Yeah. Good.
That's good.
You should put that away before you cut yourself.
Yes, Mom.
Any other business before the rest of you guys fall asleep?
I'm gonna hold off.
Okay.
Change my mind. I'm just gonna.
Are you awake?
I'm
I just
gonna
want my
be.
book closed.
I'm gonna be trying to pretend to be asleep,
Okay.
but I was aware of when like you were called upon, and I'd like to be aware of when they come back. Just to kind of have a rough idea, and then as soon as they're all back in and start to fall asleep, I'll fall asleep.
All right. Tracking the motions.
Still angry?
Always.
That's my secret, Tendo.
Getting pretty low there, little guy.
Real low every day.
No, it's a trance.
So,
Trance. That's actually fun.
as Sunday passes into. Wait.
Are we going into Sunday?
Yeah, we're going into Sunday, sorry. As we pass into Sunday, the morning of Sunday, you guys have now been at sea for a week. Yay. And the morning does rise, and everyone, wakes up at their own accord. Anything else anyone wants to be doing of this day on the ship?
Nothing in particular for Tim. I just kind of want to would like to make a relationship with Paulus as much as I can without going into it, but as a kitchen helper, she'll come down every so often and help out with meals and space.
Okay. All right. As the next day comes in, are you going for breakfast? Help him out.
Yeah, I'll go
afternoon?
for
Okay.
breakfast. Yeah.
We could do that right now, I suppose.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, I would just like to make that a point.
Say, make me a general charisma check then.
Each morning, she would go down for breakfast. Oh, you're 19. Ooh.
Finding your company quite comfortable, actually. He's like, you're quiet, but I do appreciate the company and the help, actually. It gets rather monotonous down here sometimes. This might be above what is acceptable, but I trust you a fair bit. Would you like to grab something from the storeroom for me? We'll need a bottle of wine for the meal tonight.
Where's the
Oh,
store?
sorry. And he goes and unlocks the door and creaks it open. It's actually just right here.
I'm picture that's very robotic.
There's a large barrel on the right. If you just want to fill this pitcher up, this will be about right.
Yeah, so she'll go
Passes
in.
you a silver pitcher.
And so what else is going on in that room?
Give me a perception check. There are a lot of goods in there. This is the storage room, so there's a lot of goods in there. This is where the goods.
He's just opening the
He's
door.
opened it.
and
Yeah, he's unlocked it and opened it for you.
Okay.
You hear him kind of shing, shing, jiggle the keys.
It's a 12.
Okay. So yeah, you find the wine, the barrel of wine, and as you're filling it up and looking around, you see a lot of wood and with bags of coal, bags of flour and grains, vegetables, fruits. There's some lots of fish and dried meats kind of hanging and swinging. There's several other barrels that are kind of stacked around each other, and unopened crates around the room as well. Is there anything particular that you might be interested in looking for,
Just
scraps
gonna
or
take some
anything like
mental
that?
snapshots of what's going on.
You don't notice anything out of place or anything. You've never been in there, so you don't know, of
Right.
course. But yeah, there's some empty barrels still remaining around the room that you can kind of see that the tops of them are kind of half opened and kind of pushed over top of it, not loosely. You want to look inside?
No. Can I change that?
You glance at it and then say, "Fuck that." Okay,
Yeah. No.
sure.
Just gonna do a quick here.
Fill the pitcher up eventually and scurry up. Ah, well done. Grabs the pitcher and locks the door again. All right, so for the afternoon, it begins to make a big stew with you again as you're chopping vegetables and what have you. And Cassian's there, kind of.
I'm gonna make a chef robot. Sorry.
Oh, nice. You notice as you're cooking and Paulus and Cassian are kind of interacting with one another, he kind of there's some kind of bond between them. There's a little bit of light playful touching and stroking and things like that between them.
Tim is slightly uncomfortable. She will continue.
It kind of does the arm touches and the maybe a little bum slap or something like that. No, I'm
She's
just kidding.
very uncomfortable.
They won't go to that.
Just a little.
Yeah.
They won't go to that. But you notice there's some kind of relationship between the two of them.
Sure. Okay.
Unavailable.
During the day, is there anything else anyone else would like to do?
Fine, Stan.
Stay.
I'm hungry.
You kind of waiting up at the top. He's in the crow's nest, and you kind of look up to him.
Oh. Hey, Usk, was it? Yeah? Were you looking for, want to do some fishing with me? How good of a throw are you? Come up to the top of the ship with me.
He starts grabbing a rope and kind of slinging it around. You see him, a few javelins that he kind of pulls out. They look well used and worn, and they have like loops in the end of them.
One for you, one for me here. Now, it's pretty hard to see them, but sometimes those fish jump up along with the ship, and if you're a good shot, we'll be eating big fish tonight. If you can beat me at it, I'd like to see you try.
Come on, Usk.
So we'll make just a general like attack rolls for this because you're proficient in javelins and all the things.
All things.
As you guys fish during the course of the day and are slinging javelins into the water. But first, actually, we make a perception roll to see if you see any fishes. Sorry.
I think Usk is using his
Fishbone.
One good eye. Oh yeah. Are you using those?
It's frog bones. What did they were fish with frogs? 6.
Okay.
You murdered me.
Stan has to point out most of the options for you, but as you guys are fishing for probably about 6 hours over the course of the day, very few points of time where he's most of the time you're just getting practice. He's like,
No, you might as well get used to throwing it. We're not seeing anything yet.
but eventually you do find.
Oh, 1 sec. There. Throw, man, throw.
And you see him launch it in, and as you throw, it's like, yay! Screams at that. It's fucking weird. Sten snipes one. And you see him pulling a fish out.
Go for it. There's not going to be around for long.
Throw.
17 plus 4.
Snipe a fish as well. This huge clunk. You feel it sink in as you reef. This fish is probably about this big. His is also quite big, but he's pretty strong as well. So he's hoists it up,
Not a bad catch, my friend.
thumps it onto deck, and it's just like. You just see him bashing its head in with this like butt end of the javelin.
Die, you bastard.
Scoop that, bro.
Bruce lands his fish and literally just steps on the head.
Roll me a strength check.
Whoa. Bites the head off.
pick up, fight, whatever.
That's good. 4.
It's still flopping around.
It just shoots out.
It takes you a number of tries before the fish eventually.
Oh, you'll get the hang of it there. I feel like you're mostly eating them as they go, right? Yeah, not used to killing them before, right? Die in the stomach sometimes, I guess. Yeah. Hey, that's a fine catch today. Here,
He gives you his fish.
all yours, my friend. And we're friends now, right? Yeah.
Thank you for fish. Go
Hey,
now.
we'll be trying again tomorrow, but I'll get out of here. Well, I was gonna say hair, but you don't have a lot of that, do you?
Just takes a bite out of the fish over here.
Fine catch. All right.
Scurries up. So you guys are fishing, Lucian?
I think we should go up and just start taking notes of how the workings of the ship kind of operate. Seeing just at sea for nothing but days.
Okay.
I'm a curious mind and writing down things, so
All right. I'd say roll me a general intelligence check for that.
just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
Great. 21.
Very astute. Very astute. You are getting idea of what everyone's part on the ship necessarily is. You see that the changing of the wind actually is impacted on like a regular basis, where the sails are constantly being maneuvered and shifted with big ropes, and as they're pulling, trying to catch the wind at just the right angle to steer the ship appropriately and not lose speed as well. And noting that it actually does take a fair amount of effort to operate a ship this size effectively. At parts of the day, you notice that the ship does slow down as it's not getting a strong enough wind, and a noticeable difference when you kind of get that change of direction and catch it on the backside of the whales or the sails, where it takes off again. You kind of feel the propulsion of it and the general movement of the ship as well. And I mean, as this is going on, you'll notice that the three dwarves as well are really constant about keeping the cannons clean and organized, as they're, there's salt and things like that can come in from the water, so they're trying to keep things as clean as possible. It's a daily routine with them, cleaning out the barrels, making sure everything's nice and tight and organized.
Right.
You get a very, very strong idea of how this ship is operated as the course of the day goes along, and you're just using your mask, right?
Yeah.
As you are up deck most of the day, though... Oh yeah, that's another nat 20, actually. You will notice that the two elves come up as well, as they
Lovely.
know to on occasion.
Hey guys, how's it going? I am regular human.
Joe Benaglio.
I would like one alcohol, please.
They pass you by and kind of continue on. See them go into the captain's quarters after knocking and then being allowed entrance. She's inside, and they go in for a number, maybe like a half an hour or so before coming back out with the captain. And she kind of like, all right, if there's anything that I can do to help you, otherwise I'll be at your side. I would like to find this stowaway if possible, and if you're able to use magic to do this, that is acceptable. Please, follow me. And she leads them downstairs towards where your guys' rooms are. At least that front side of the ship. You see the female sort of like grab her staff and kind of Bariatara and cast a spell, and you see this kind of like weird glow come off, and her eyes begin to light up a little bit, and she's just kind of looking around.
I'd like to say that if they had gone into one entranceway, I would have noticed and tried to divert myself from the immediate gazing from as soon as they were to come back out
Okay.
in that area. Sort of.
So she does this as they're about to walk down, before they descend down into the bottom level. Are you getting anything yet? You hear from Zovra. Yeah, exactly. And you would lose hearing on this, but it's worth noting where everyone else would be on the ship during the day as well before this continues, I suppose.
Probably at this point, I'd be still in the
room?
in the room.
Okay. Same.
I'm trying to like lay low.
It's at the point this is happening, it's probably afternoon at some point.
Yeah, I'm just in the cabin. I'm reading a book.
Okay.
I'll be in the cabin as well.
Okay. Tiddling away, yeah, tinkering away. Or no, you're in the kitchen. Yeah.
I want to get the storeroom again, actually, because I just thought,
up here.
well, if she's hiding somewhere, I mean, that's the only...
So, as they descend down in the stairs, you guys who are in your rooms would hear some muttering of voices, kind of like, I'm getting a lot more than I was expecting. Please, direct me. It's coming from in here. We're not to ask about that room. But I suppose we must be sure. You hear knocking from the other side of the hallway of clattering and muffled voices, kind of as the door opens to the cabin number 1, and they head inside a little bit. You guys are in your rooms. You could only hear this at this point before a few minutes pass, and they come back out. You hear the kind of like, I will continue to try. There's something coming from this area. I can sense it. You hear them come back up the stairs. You're still atop deck at this point, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of like up at the front.
Okay. Usk is probably fishing still at this point with
Still-
Sten.
Yeah, just almost taking note of his
Yeah.
form and thing. Almost like drawing a little.
Okay.
Love it. While also keeping a side eye for if the elves come back.
Roll me well, I guess you'll be able to see it. It's a ship. There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to perception. But you do see them walking towards the front of the ship and towards you.
Okay.
And her eyes just glowing and kind of like looking out. The other elf is basically at her hip, like right beside her,
So-
pretty much all the time.
Is there only the one way down, or is there 2 stairs?
There is, so each one of those little traps is a stairway down
Okay.
that leads one to another.
Okay. So are they just coming up?
They're just coming up
these
the
stairs?
steps right now, yeah,
Okay.
from that side.
I'll start making my way down to these footsteps here.
Okay, so you go down into that.
Down this
Like
area.
you would know that's where, to get to the kitchen, that's where you have to go, basically to the 3rd level. As they continue to walk, she goes,
Gonna go to the kitchen.
That is something, yes, it moves.
Don't act suspicious. Don't
Suspicious.
So you're trying to stay ahead of them?
I'm gonna go down all the
Okay.
way down there and head towards
Into the kitchen? Sure.
Yes.
You go down there as Timdale's like still cooking, I would imagine. Come down the hallway,
I've got my,
chopping the
I've got like my
vegetables.
little bandana like on my hair now, so that it's like all tucked back into my hair, so that my hair is away from my face.
Okay.
a bib as an apron.
Yeah, exactly. I have like a little apron on. I look nothing like myself right now. I'm smiling.
Who do you want to
As they
Yeah.
as they continue down, you hear steps coming down the hallway to the bottom level.
Is there any? What are these? Just like
Those are
common rooms?
cruise quarters.
Can I tell that he's like agitated and like
Eyes.
looking for well, I have a fucking mask on.
Maybe
I will, yeah.
if you're not being obvious to her about it.
I'm definitely like looking for Tyndale. Just be like, hide me. My eyes are so kind of. Somebody. Hide me.
Paul's gonna feel like a little tug on his.
Yes. Did you need help?
Yeah, can you have my friend in the storage room just for two seconds, really quick, please? I'll help every day. I'll help every day, every meal.
The storage room?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you like,
Roll me a persuasion check. Disadvantage though.
it's the only room I can think of.
Sorry.
I'm feeling rather homesick, and I'd like to see if there's something in there.
Disadvantage.
Oh.
7.
Oh no. I'm afraid I can't be hiding people, especially with what we know about a stowaway aboard.
Don't be suspicious.
I'm sure that if you have
I have like
nothing,
a knife in my hand. I'm like, ah.
if you've nothing to hide, you should be fine. And so you hear the like footsteps coming down before you hear like, I'm sure there is nothing we need to worry about down here. I'm still getting a sense, although my spell has run out, I can try again. I was getting something that come down from this area. If we can find this individual, it would be to my preference. Apparently there is some magic going around, so this is not something I appreciate on my ship, and I would like to snuff it out. Yes, give me a moment. And you hear her begin incanting a spell again.
Could you just
Walk out?
to be the one?
That's what I was thinking about, but I don't have anything on me.
But you are.
But I am
You are
right.
magical. You do magic.
But then they would still send something behind me. It's Paulus. It's
Pause.
Can you like? I can sit on his shoulders and use a trench coat.
trench coat. Yeah.
Dive under a table. Okay.
No.
No. I feel like I should not be anywhere near
No.
this.
Exactly.
You guys have only a moment.
Sit here. Paulus. Be cool.
I'm going to turn my back and sort of like face the wall a little bit. touch the mask and remove the magic. Facing no one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk out like I do.
Okay.
Fireworks shooting.
Exactly. You looking for a magic?
As you guys are about to do that, we will take a short break because I just realized that it's 9 o'clock, so we'll take a short break.
Oh, so bad.
Go pee. All right. So, as we come back from our break,
Oh my god, I'm feeling like pure garbage.
so you guys are in the kitchen. Lucian and Timdale, with Paulus and Cassian is there as well. You hear the footsteps of the elves coming down the stairway, and they have to stop for a moment where you hear. I guess you would know that her name is Valtrina, preparing another spell, and she begins to and cast this spell again.
What's on the counter in front of me?
Knives, bread, probably some spoons, cutlery,
Yep,
bowls.
give me one of those spoons.
Spoon.
Yep. I'm gonna flick it and make it shed a bright light. Yep. And I'm
Oh
gonna
my.
have to start walking down the hallway as if I'm looking for something with this light.
Okay.
Ooh, quick thinking.
Brilliant.
So as you're walking down the
I've lost
hallway,
a needle.
you they're walking, and Zolver's kind of behind them, and Valtrina's just kind of, you see her eyes are just glowing like whitish blue, and just looking down the hallway and kind of, I see something. Something small. What is that in your hand? Zofra, I found something.
Am I something small?
Yeah, she's pointing towards you as you're shining this light.
Yeah, looking for something.
I will
It
go
is
back
just a gnome. What are you doing down here with this magical spoon? She comes up to you and looks down at you, her eyes still glowing. How do you make this?
Magic?
That much is clear. I can see that.
I was helping in the kitchen and I lost something. I lost a fork. And then I said to myself, I cannot find the fork without a light. So I made the spoon shine the light and now I'm looking for the fork.
Roll me a deception check, but with disadvantage. There's some knowledge here behind these elves.
That's bullshit.
What is it? Deception?
Bullshit.
One of them's a nat 20.
Oh,
20
it
and
was a
upward.
20.
Oh, no.
You said advantage, right?
Disadvantage. Why would a
Nice.
gnome need to see something in the dark? Don't you have your... Captain, I believe there is some suspicious behavior. As she comes
Initially, it was for Paulus. And Paulus wanted to make sure that the light was shining bright enough so that he could see down in the kitchen. You're in the kitchen.
As Zovra kind of... I see this is a shining spoon, but I do not am convinced that this is... You are not masquerading, correct? No, she is not disguising herself, that is clear. Whatever your purpose of this shining spoon, says Zabra, I prefer the magics to be kept to a minimal on my ship. That is for one thing. Paulus, is this gnome helping you in the kitchen today? Yes, of course. She's just helping me prepare lunch for the day. She's been helping from time to time. She's quite useful in the kitchen, actually. And you do not believe... You do not believe...
Has Paulus come out of the kitchen down the hallway?
He's kind of like
Looking for something.
he's standing kind of at the head of the table, basically, like leaning
so they are
around,
actually, so
like kind of half with an onion and a knife in his hand, kind of like, I've just been helping me. And Cassian kind of like nods as well. Been here all day, have you then?
Is there a way that I can be looking at Paulus and Cassian without the elves and Zara seeing me? Like, If I were to like look at them with like pleading on my face, would they be able to see it at the same time?
The way that you're standing, your back would be turned to them to look at Paulus and Cassian. So
During this conversation, they wouldn't seem completely untoward. if
No,
I
to-
were
for you to look at them?
prefer to look at them.
Sure.
So they can see on my face that I am like desperate. Not even play along, more like pleading.
I would say-
it's very desperate.
roll me a persuasion roll as they look on at you, and you kind of just give them the.
Oh my god.
It was 5 years of my life. I'm fucking stressed.
17.
That's my girl.
See Cassian kind of like.
Cassie knows me, one man.
Yeah.
Captain, I see no malfeasance here from this individual. She has been helping cook all day. I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for, but I can assure you that she is.
Forgot that don't have dark vision. Oh my god, sorry.
Whatever her curiosity
Fucking
is,
idiot.
she is quite an interesting character, Captain. Curious, perhaps, would be the word, but I assure you she means no malfeasance here. Very well. Faltrina, is there anything else you are seeing at the moment? She kind of like... There is something farther still, beyond this door, pointing towards the storage.
I'm gonna just like head down and do one of these, go behind the thing and start chopping.
As the captain kind of like taps you, pardon me, Mr. Lucian. Paulus, the keys, please. Oh,
But
of
she's
course.
seen your face though.
Yes, but she doesn't know what he knows.
Paulus moves
Just
and
know why she's seen his face.
unlocks the door, swings the door open. Something in here. I can sense a few things.
Few. Is it the thing? Is it the thing that I'm looking for?
She steps inside the room, Valtrina, eyes glowing, and Franzono behind her. The captain kind of stands towards the door. Lucian, very interesting. Valtrina here is a healer, and I'm wondering if she might be able to aid you with your skin condition. Perhaps you should ask her.
Oh, I lost many heroes before. It's just the way it is.
Say many elves?
Many healers. Elves in particular, but
Roll me a persuasion check.
Or diversion for them to get away.
There's so much tension right now.
there I see it.
Come on.
No,
It's right there.
right.
6
No!
Total?
total. Okay.
Well, this might have magic that you would not be accustomed to. Perhaps you I will ask her to come by your room tomorrow.
Sure. Okay. That's not necessary.
Lucian, I think Barrett was sick upstairs. Maybe you should go check on him.
Yes, of course.
Great.
Thank you for your kind offer. Truly, it's don't go out of your way for it. It's okay. As I'll just
No
like,
trouble of mine.
just shuffle down that.
Dipping? Okay. Sticking around for now?
Yeah, I just like regain my post.
As Valtrina goes inside,
Not there.
and you hear her kind of like, Franzono, there is something here in the corner. It is bundled. It glows with magical power. There is a darkness. Captain,
Bad guy, sorry.
we have found something. You see the captain go in. She comes back out holding basically a bundle of like cloths wrapped up with several ropes. You see like a tightly tied knot on the front of it that's
Yeah, can I?
got like
I
a little
looked at-
lock
can
on
I
it.
can look at this. Take a peek at this. Is what's going on?
As she's coming out of the room, she's holding it in
Oh,
her
okay.
hands like that. You get a glance at this. Captain, I wouldn't advise to get too close to this object. There is a darkness that I sense from it. That is fine, but we need to make sure this is Certainly not something that has been on my ship before. I do not know what to make of this, but I shall take it to my quarters and we shall examine it there in the safety. Paulus, thank you for your help, and Cassian, let us go. Thank you for your help, Valtrina. That was rather useful. Come to my quarters. And they go down the hallway, upstairs.
Time is ticking. I wish I knew what was happening right now.
You're about to. Sorry, I'm gonna.
Killing with me.
So Paulus afterwards
Okay.
is kind of like, what exactly was that all about? Did you hide something in there?
No. No,
You were the only one in there.
Oh, this looks bad.
Thrown under the bus.
Maybe it was Paulus. Is Paulus a bad guy?
Roll me an insight check.
He wants to fight really bad.
I don't, no. You guys are level 1. I do not want fights.
Yeah, fights mean
I mean, I have to do a lot of work.
22.
22.
He seems genuine.
Seems.
He is being as genuine as you can account for, yes.
No. I didn't hide anything in there. I was only in there for a few seconds.
Just a moment.
Right.
To hide something I didn't notice before. Mind you, I didn't see anyone. Cassian kind of comes there, and gives you like a little cup. Just drink some water. I'm so sorry. Rather curious though how you illuminated that spoon. It was quite unique.
I'm gonna pick up the spoon again and take it again. Yeah.
Lights up. Oh, marvelous. I would keep that to yourself, though. Captain doesn't like magic on the ship, as it generally brings problems in the future. But that is rather unique. I quite like it.
I will show you again some other time, but for the time being, I do have to go. So, and you, I'm gonna.
And you just scurry out, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna all the way up to the rooms. And this time I'm actually gonna bust through to the one that has more people in it. Well, wait, you're fishing?
Who's fish?
Where did you go?
I went immediately back to the room.
Okay, I'm gonna bust into the room that I'm assuming has all 3 people in it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
in,
the only one who's not in rooms right now would be Usk.
Yeah, we're
'cause
all
you
in
guys are
this-
all in the rooms, yeah.
Yeah.
So you bust in.
I'm gonna bust in and go immediately to the hole and go,
Lucy, get over here.
I'm controlling Lucian.
So that's my You could have knocked.
no time. And I'm gonna
That's
explain
fine.
what it was that I saw that was hiding in the storage room. So all the ropes, and I didn't get a good look of what was actually inside.
No, it was wrapped very tightly in like it looked like either one blanket or multiple blankets with a thick cord wrapped around it. Thick knot,
I will
and then the
explain
knot also had like a
I will
lock
explain
on
the whole
it.
kit and caboodle, the whole thing with Lucian, everything.
And you're sure they said dark energies emanating?
100%.
This must be the bundle that Lady Red was talking about.
Why would there be dark energies? Why are we looking for something for dark energies?
I do not know what this bundle is, what this object is, but I do know this woman. And if it is indeed dark energies, then she may be the only one who can control it.
Lady Red or
Yes, the one who gave us our read back on the island. She lost something valuable to her, and she asked that it be returned without ever laying eyes upon it. You said that the captain was going to inspect it in the... We must go right away. And I'm jump down from the hammock.
At the end of this conversation, Usk is coming down with the fish.
Like half-eaten fish, and then like a full fish in the other hand,
yeah.
like slung over the
Dragging
shoulder,
it off.
dragging it. Love it. It's like
As I-
slit like down the staircase.
As I'm passing Usk, I'm like, Usk, with us, we might need your brawn.
Alright, show us the first half-eaten
Just
fish.
like no question, just like, alright.
Let's go.
And We're rushing up to.
So you're going-
knock
you're
on the
going-
cabin, like,
I'll go as well.
You're going as well.
I'm going as well.
Okay.
And the I'll stay.
And you guys are.
I think you guys should
a
stay.
little stressed.
Yeah, I'm.
I'll explain the gravity.
Well,
Yeah,
and
maybe,
if you
maybe
did-
this is a good time to be like,
If
we
you
are
did-
in
We need to
danger.
chill out.
He
Lucy
needs
and
some
Davina.
calming down.
Sitting in a
tree.
tree.
Sitting in the cabin. Scared as shit.
We're in separate rooms at the moment. But we're made out.
Romantic
Just
emotion.
like.
So,
So
yeah,
you guys go
I'm
upstairs.
immediately running up the stairs. Do I see anybody on deck?
The normal crew members. Right
And
now,
I'm
Skippy's at
heading
the helm,
Straight to the captain's quarters
Okay.
to knock on the door.
knocking on the door.
This is a suspicious at all.
Captain,
Not right now. We
don't
are.
look at it. You can make
What?
Don't look at it. Turning up.
You hear silence for a moment
Please,
before
do not look at it.
you hear kind of muffled talking, and then Franzono, the male elf, opens the door.
Please, please.
I'm going to cast
Let me
Mage
come in
Hand
and explain.
and hold the door wide open.
A magic, they don't like it.
Okay. The door swings open.
I'm shocked. I did not expect
Yeah,
that.
we are. Yeah.
He also was shocked.
I look
He
back,
he
see
went
what
to
happened.
reach quickly, but did not make it in time. What is this disruption? There's something.
I'm sorry, but I need to ask that you do not look at the package. I may know what this is, or who it belongs to, rather. Please, let me explain myself.
Zovra comes and pokes her head over. Kushagra?
Please, Captain, let me in. Let me explain.
Come inside.
You have not
Your
looked at
friends-
it? You have not looked at the package?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna come in calmly then. I'm much calmer now that no one's looked at it.
You guys all coming in as well?
So it's the four of us?
No,
The four of
we
you guys,
were-
yeah.
We're avoiding.
We are avoiding all
The elves.
contact with
Okay.
the elves, yes.
So you guys come into the captain's quarters. There isn't enough chairs around
Yeah,
the
it's
table, but that's
crowded,
fine. But on the table,
Do
you
I
see
see
the
the-
bundle
yeah.
tightly tied up, and you also see some thieves' tools laid out beside it that are ready to be used. As Franzano kind of goes over to them and puts his hand across them as they're kind of his tools, for example. And why should I not open this package?
I believe that this is a dangerous package. I was informed that your mage discovered dark energies coming off of this. Yes?
That is correct.
I am currently in the search of some item of great importance. It is surrounded in mystery. The one who asked me to obtain it believes that it was stolen by the one who is the stowaway on our ship. Or maybe not stowaway. Maybe this item is the one that was stowed. Let me start again. Forget all that. Forget all that. Important details.
What he is saying is the reason why we didn't find the stowaway is because they stowed this away instead of themselves being here.
I believe so, yes.
So, when Kushagra came aboard with the dwarves, they must have left this wherever it was found, and then left before Kushagra came back.
Eagle's eyes.
While you're talking, Barrett, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
I don't want to be in this room anymore.
I'm pretty cozy in doing this.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
As you're talking, it's hard for you to continue as you're. It sounds like someone is whispering in your head over your thoughts, and you hear this kind of like.
I just kind of look at Zersky and just like, is your javelin talking again?
You touched it, so
Before you kind of like shake it off a little bit.
You killed my family.
Please, Zovra, listen to me. Listen to me when I say this. This could be, I do not know this for sure, but this could be extremely dangerous to yourself, to anybody who looks upon it.
Extremely dangerous,
Please
perhaps.
allow me time to send a message back to the one I believe belongs to. if it does indeed belong to her, it might be the thing that protects us from this dark energy.
Valtrina kind of steps up. Who would you like to send a message to there? I might be able to help you if possible.
She resides back on the island that we came from, Cascove. She lives on the beaches of Cascove.
How well can you describe her?
With as much detail as you need. I know this person well.
Okay, and you do. Very well. If you're going to give her the details.
She dresses in all red. She is human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I know her very well.
Very well.
She is
Chandra
human.
knows her very well.
Yes.
As she, after you
Missing
describe
one
her,
eye, she is about 50 years
missing
old.
an eye.
She definitely is touched with the magic of divination.
Missing an eye.
Aye, yes.
Is this familiar to you?
Perhaps
An eye for an eye.
is one who we pursue.
Pursue.
And in Elvish, she says to. Does anyone know Elvish in the room currently?
I do.
Oh,
You're
no,
not there.
in the room.
Take Elvish.
Not me.
I did not take it. I took giant instead. Don't know what
Still pretty sweet.
Shit, man.
Eventually.
If we ever go to Selga? No.
I have
Fester.
another language, but I
Fester,
don't think I wrote it
giant.
down. Like I know just from.
I just need to get another thing.
Do you don't know Elvish?
No, common and infernal.
I should have another.
The two most common.
Okay, whatever.
You should have another one.
I think I should. I might have gotten instead of a language tools, so I
yeah.
don't know Elvish.
She says something to Franzano in Elvish.
Can I tell if the
And then-
intent? Can I discern
Make
based on like,
me
the
an-
way that she's saying it? Like, is this panicked? Is this like worried? Is this?
It seems to be more of a transfer of just thoughts of
Information,
information. There
Then
doesn't
I
seem to
probably
be
can't pick
any.
anything up from that. Yeah.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any emotion behind it. But after your description, she kind of, is it maybe perhaps like this, and Horibata, and you see an image appear in her hand of the Lady Red.
Yes, this is the one I speak of.
So wait, did she speak Elvish?
She did, yes.
She did.
Not Zogra,
No.
but
The elf
The elf.
lady.
the
Yeah. nice.
I would hope they would speak English.
What do you know of this woman?
I know nothing of this woman, but
Like
And how
Perhaps-
can you conjure such an image?
Typical elves telling secrets.
we have our magical ways. Are you new to elves?
I am new
I hate
to
everyone.
having a memory of mine being cast by someone else who is not
Oh, it's
in
just
my
an
mind.
accurate description from your part, and I am able to create an illusion. If this is exactly how she appears, I may be able to contact her.
This
What
might
would you
be-
like to say?
I would request that you describe the package. Say that it is Kushagra in the room. We have discovered a mysterious package. And how should we proceed? No one has looked upon it. No one has looked upon it, right? And I asked around. I'm assuming because no one's frothing
It looks
at the
like
mouth and
it looks like it's
convulsing.
still locked up.
Yeah, the lock is still on it. You're right there. You're very astute.
I feel as though we are far too far away for this to be sent. This
Well,
only
then let's
works
just
in
open it
a
up.
Perhaps we could,
short range.
perhaps we could send a beast, an owl, or seabird. We have such methods, Captain.
I am not a druid.
I can make one.
Can you make a contraption that can carry a message all the way back to the island?
And then come all the way back
No.
and find.
Well, perhaps Lady Red has her ways.
No, I cannot. I cannot do that.
I can only request of you, Captain, that you keep this undisturbed for the remainder of our voyage until I can confirm if it is as dangerous as I believe it to be.
I believe this is a very wise choice, Kushagra. Please,
I do not claim ownership over this object. I do not wish to keep it from anyone. If it turns out to be safe and not the object I believe that is rightfully owned by the Lady Red on the island, then I relinquish this object to you. This is not mine. But if it is dangerous, please allow us to keep it under lock and key until we can determine its true nature.
I believe this is a sound plan. Feltrina, would you lift this object for me? And she pulls out some keys and goes over to the chest in the corner of the room near her desk that she has and begins to open it up. Those of you who are in there, roll me a perception check as she opens the chest up.
That's a 6.
13.
One eye. One eye.
One eye!
One
You
eye.
roll disadvantage for every
18.
perception check.
All perception relying on sight.
Yes.
I think crocodiles actually do have really good senses of smell.
I'm saying for me.
That's horrifying.
Sorry, what were the rolls again?
18.
18?
13.
13.
18.
18 as well. So,
Hey.
yes, you two both get a glimpse of what's inside.
Perhaps?
Find this middle deck, top deck, main deck. There we
I've done
go.
very little roguing lately.
You see a glittering, shining emission from inside of gold.
Are we talking like Pulp Fiction?
Gold,
like,
platinum,
Yeah.
silver.
Kinda
Not
shine?
quite as much, but you definitely capture a number of glimpses of shining.
Do I also capture the knowing eye of Barrett as he sees this glinting object?
I mean, possibly.
Who's just looking at the outside of the room?
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's no
Tim's
idea.
looking at oops.
As she places it in and then closes the trunk and locks it up, puts the keys back on her hip.
I breathe a sigh of relief as soon as that happens. Zovra, I thank you for respecting my warnings, because this person that I was sent on this quest by, I trust her more than most. She is somebody important to me, and I don't believe that she would lie to me. If she says that it is dangerous to look upon this object, it is almost assuredly so.
Until we come across some instances where we might be able to contact her, I will keep it safe in here with me. Under my protection, I'm sure it will be quite fine. Feltrina and Franzono, thank you very much for your help. Not quite what I was expecting to find today, admittedly, but I do appreciate the aid of your magic. If I need to call on you again, you will make yourself available to me, yes? And they both nod. And she, one more thing. One of our guests, he suffers from a terrible skin condition. I offered him the option to seek healing from you, if that is acceptable.
No, he's under my watch.
Your care? Are you a doctor now?
He's under
Dr. Barrett
my care.
Roll me a persuasion roll.
Johnny be good.
19.
Oh, I was expecting worse. It was a hesitation.
Silver tongued the devil.
Hold on, I rolled pretty good. I actually gotta look up
I
your
didn't like
stats
the
for a
one
quick
thing in the
second.
Please just leave me alone.
I don't think that's gonna happen, mate. We're gonna have to. This is the
Different things.
first day of the week.
I know it's only
Another week.
Well, that being the case, perhaps if he requires it, the option is still open.
I'll send him your way if his condition worsens or I can help him the best I can.
Feltrina's like, if at any
Infernal magic.
point, if at any point you require this, we are at the front of the ship in the second room, around the stairs. You can knock. If that is all, Captain. Yes, thank you, Feltrina, and you've been most helpful.
Do I still feel the?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Yeah.
Before you go, Beltrina.
Yes.
It is Beltrina, yes. I don't believe
Feltrina.
we've been acquainted. I am Kushaga.
Well met. Tabaxi? She
You discovered
gestures to
this through magical means, yes?
Yes.
Can you
At this, I'm like,
describe the way in which you were able to tell that this was a object of power or evil? How does this magic work in layman's terms?
Still moving garbage. You know,
I have not had to describe this to average folk. It is a secret that we keep to ourselves of Alira. For me to share this would be a great crime of my people.
Well, then I will not pry any further. But the fact that you were able to identify the object and find it without the apparent effects of the evil touching you is very interesting to me. And if this power of yours could be used further to gain any information on this object, I think that might be wise. And I look over at Zobra and I say, like, I think if this is a safe method, as we have seen already, she is not insane, she has not been touched by evil, I believe. Maybe give it a day, and if you can seek further information from the safety of distance, this might be a wise approach. I leave the decision up to you, Captain.
Looks at Veltrina. I will consult the gods. They will tell me what I need to know of this. Or
Thank you, Valtrina.
perhaps they won't.
Your service has been most useful today. Thank you. You have kept everyone safe on this ship.
We shall see.
Smooth talker, you Kushagra.
Franzano?
Kushagar only has allies, no enemies.
Franzano, I believe we are not needed any longer. Shall we retire to our studies?
That was not out loud.
Yes.
In the corner, I'm like, until I stack.
And now healer.
I've been a gear, sir.
Healer, sir. With a whack.
And hiya.
As she and Franzano kind of nods and like, yes, we'll retire to our rooms. Pleasure to be of help for you, Captain. If you need us again, you know where to find us. As they leave, and Zobra kind of like, that is all. Thank you very much. And Valtrina, if there is anything that you discover on this item, please let me know. Thank you all for your help today.
You're quite welcome.
Please.
Disperse.
She just kind of like shoos you guys out. You hear the door close behind you and
Hello, gracefully.
I look at Kishaga, I was like, I don't trust humans with that kind of power.
Zovra seems to be the one who cares more about her ship and crew than this object. She will do the right thing. However, the others on board, I cannot be so sure. We should be careful, and I believe it is in our best interest, since we are both members of the evening. Maybe we should take turns keeping an eye on this door to the captain's quarters. What do you think, Barrett?
Not a bad idea.
Would you be okay doing this task?
Not a bad idea.
I'll like lean in and be like,
We will keep this on the down low.
What was that, Tim?
I'll help.
You have already helped me more than
I
you
don't know if
know.
I'm being sarcastic.
You came straight to me when this information was most pertinent. You may very well have saved everyone on board this ship.
Tim
Direct my attention away from you now, because it makes you uncomfortable. We
Tyndale
are
the
going to have a
Savior.
very interesting trip aboard the remainder of the ship. There's 6 days left.
Tyndale, she sailed across the sea, saving those she come. Please. I'll work on it.
Only as tall as those on their knees.
oh wow.
Yes.
We'll workshop this. It'll be a banger for sure. A banger. This is a
Tabaxi word.
yeah, it's good. It's nice.
So
Like that.
the rest of the day goes by into the evening. Now, is anyone going to do any evening activities on the old day of Diuna?
I would
Third old day.
knowing like what has happened. I think I'd like to establish a 24-hour watch on the captain's quarters.
Okay.
I do not trust like anybody with that object.
Anyone, yeah.
So from now on, I mean, do you want to be the night person and I be the day person?
I'm usually up front. I'm usually up upstairs, up on the top deck anyway.
Maybe we could do like half and half kind of thing. Like if you take like the afternoon into midnight shift, and I take the midnight to afternoon shift.
Whatever
We can
works.
rotate. Yeah, I
I'm
like
usually
that.
I'm usually up there anyway, around late at night.
Well, whenever. We're just rotating 24-hour shifts.
Okay. Establishing that someone's going to be watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that regard, who is going to be taking the first watch then, I suppose?
I will take first watch.
Okay.
As long as I can, and as long as until I'm like falling asleep.
Okay.
Before you go, can you give me a reading?
Well, this is quite intriguing, Barrett. I thought that you didn't believe in the hocus pocus of the cards, I believe you said. As I reach for my deck. And
I don't. But something like this put my mind at ease.
Well, let me see. What is troubling your mind? What is on your mind that
Oh, how long do we have?
we have 6 days, my friend. We have all the time that we need.
Well, there's
What troubles a man who brushes off all that flies against him?
I didn't wish to say in front of everybody, but did anybody else hear whispers while we were in the cabin with?
I heard nothing.
That's what's bothering me. I'm hearing things.
Did you feel a connection to the object?
Not that I know of.
These whispers, did they fill you with joy or fear? Maybe disconcerting.
I did understand them.
It's confusing, yes. Well,
I don't like.
This is why we do these readings. We have confusion in our lives, and the
And-
cards are pure order. Nothing lies in these cards but themselves.
And with that idiot rule,
You feel like he has something to play in this. Please touch the cards.
I feel like he might not have something to play with what we're doing, but he's an actor in the play of my story. Whether I feel antagonists, and he's definitely not showing any reason why I'm wrong on that. But I want to kill him. There's just this. I see him, and there's this rage, like a never-ending maelstrom. When I see him.
Ah, yes. Maelstrom. Or is it a maelstrom? Let's find out.
Very nice.
Let's find out. What were the cards? Maybe they will clear things up. Maybe they will make things more confusing. But we have a dilemma. And we will see if the gods can help us today. Your energies were transferred into this deck when you touched it. Now let's see what we have here. Oh no. Here we have the Seven of Swords. Take a look at this. Take a look at this card and tell me what you see. Take it. It's okay.
So sweet. So sweet.
What we have
So
in this
sweet.
card is a man.
With a weird hat.
Look at what he holds in his arms.
5 swords.
5 swords of the 7. You see 2 left behind.
And a carnival behind him.
Yes. We see a man struggling to leave his estate. He is leaving his lot in life, and he carries with him tools of destruction. He carries with him as much
Oh,
as much of these
believing.
tools of destruction as
Seriously.
he can. We see a struggle to leave behind our past and move forward into the future. The two swords standing up behind him. I'm not certain what this means, but it is important. Perhaps there is something that you may leave behind, something that you're missing in your life. Do you feel like you're fleeing something? Is there something that you run from, Barrett?
I wouldn't say I run from it. I run. I saunter in the opposite direction.
Much like this man in the silly hat.
It's much like this man in the silly hat. Well, it's a good thing.
I was gonna say that.
It's a good thing that I don't believe in mysticism.
Yes, this would be quite concerning if you did believe in such.
It was a pretty crazy draw there.
It's literally a parable.
That's insane.
You were killing it with the tarot.
Yeah.
I am not the master of the cards. I am merely a servant of them.
Well, you kill it.
Before you and Davina were downstairs for a bit. Is there anything you guys wanted to be talking about?
Probably just specifically the true endangerment that we are.
Trying to learn more about the moon elves because amnesia,
Just-
like I don't.
Delving into the fact that from a young age, the moon elves are killed and in the city of Avira, and that the kind man Gaius had taken me away before it was time for me to be put to my death. That's why I'm in search of Gaius, but it's also why I must flee from these elves. They are not kind to us. I do not understand that. Maybe no harm. Just said something about a prophecy that someone
what
else would
kind
bring
of
the demise
prophecy?
or a change. I was not told of it. Just was thought to make my mind wander into something that might not ever be. But all I know is I am pure of heart. Must find Gaius.
Like it sounds like you're pure of heart. I just don't understand.
We bring about a bad omen, our kind.
But why?
No.
It's
If I had spent
none
more
of
time
this-
in the city, I would have
None
known.
of this makes sense to me.
Don't know what to tell you. We are not welcomed. And those elves there specifically are the ones that are sent out to seek and destroy our kind.
What makes them better than we are?
They're not. They're not.
Clearly. Someday, I'll see what I'm missing out.
Someday. Indeed.
Okay. So you guys continue to talk a little bit before everyone else comes in, and then that all happens. That was crazy, by the way. That reading was so sweet. So it's evening now. You're taking the first
I read,
watch.
like what it actually means, because I don't actually know how to do tarot readings. I'm just
Well, you bullshit.
But apparently it actually means like potential quarrel or a plan that may fail.
Oh my god!
So yes.
Either way, it was very good, actually.
Just hold it.
So, Khashoggi, you're taking the first night watch, I suppose?
Yeah, and I'll kind of act in the same way that I usually do on deck. I'll sit down and do my readings. Same kind of thing, like lay out my cloth, get the cards out, do a little meditation, but all of my attention is focused on that door and anything going in and out.
Okay.
Like I'm just like going through the motions in person. If somebody comes up to me and they do a reading, I'm kind of half listening the entire time because I'm entirely focused on that door.
Okay. I would say there's probably one or two crew members that do ask for a reading during the latter half of the day, of course, before it goes into the full night where you see the changeover and Jason come up for his evening shift at the helm and all that sort of good stuff, and then Callie take over, and as you're probably sitting kind of centralized, she hasn't interacted with you too much other than the night before. She'll probably come over to you and be like,
Kelly and I have like seen each other.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
in passing. Like I've been out on the deck at night.
Good evening.
Hello, Kelly. What can I do for you?
You're up late.
Yes, I have been troubled ever since our trip to Cascove.
What was troubling?
I ran into an old acquaintance of mine, and things have just been a little bit tumultuous.
An ex?
Not quite. Just a
one-time thing?
no.
Oh my god, Kelly!
Not to that at all.
Girl, chill.
Mercy.
She just kind of carries on. I know how that can be.
Just a person very important to me, very dear to my heart.
Well, if you love her, you'll find each other.
We did find each other at the island. And we have since left each other.
Oh,
We'll see. We'll see if we. I sincerely hope that we do find each other again. Thank you for the kind words, Callie. How have you been doing? Are you? Do you feel? I feel like there is something you wish to say. Would you like a reading?
yeah. I suppose maybe that's what I've been trying to ask. Yes.
Come, sit down. Sit down in front of me, and we will chat.
So you begin to do a reading. Are you still focusing on the door, though?
Yes.
Okay.
The entire time. If that warrants like missing something with Callie, I'm okay with that. Like my entire focus is on that door.
All right. So yeah, she talks and talks as you're giving a reading. At some
Do I
point,
get like a vibe off of her? Like what's troubling her? I am sincerely.
she she just asks about the voyage, and if you're expecting any ill omens, she's kind of like, there's been a lot of mysterious activity, and I know that myself and others, we talk about it, and this isn't typical voyage.
I doubt many voyages to the Heart of Mora are typical.
From what I've heard, some of them, most of them,
Do you have faith in our captain?
yes.
I believe that Zovra will bring
I
everyone safe and sound to the heart.
I've been traveling with Sovra for a few months now, but this is something she has been working towards for years. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing my best and that we make it there.
Nothing has happened so far on your watch.
Well, I feel like I might have missed something. Allowing you on the ship twice.
Oh, come now. How could you know this? Are you expected to think of every face as they come on board?
I am, yes.
Well, did you not say something as soon as you noticed that I came aboard twice? Did you not tell my friend Barrett, my cabin mate?
Well, we got around to it, but if he hadn't come to me, I wouldn't have noticed.
These magics, they are meant to deceive. I would not feel like you did a poor job. This is something beyond the normal.
I just felt
This is
like
not what we are meant to. This is not what we are trained to capture when we are on the lookout.
I just don't want to let Captain down.
You have not.
I feel like I've put everyone at risk, and it's my fault.
Kelly, I feel safe with you and in the crow's nest. There's no one I would want up there more.
You're very kind.
You are a good addition to this crew, and I don't think you should worry. We will get there safe and sound.
I hope you're right. Thank you, Kushoka.
You're very welcome. Have a lovely night.
So it scurries back up. So during your watch, roll me a perception check.
Dice rolling. Dice rolling. Score 17.
So as you're sitting intently watching the door, hours go by until the evening. You start to feel like sleep is starting to come about you in the middle of the night. You kind of start to yawn, and you hear
What is it? What do I hear?
this kind of like rolling thunder.
Shit.
No, I'm not puking this time. So.
As you see Callie like pointing out to the sea.
I look in the direction.
Jason,
It's the opposite direction.
there's a storm brewing ahead. Calls down, and as you look, you see the like of lightning
Can I
far
tell
off.
just like off the bat how drastic this storm is? Like, is this like something we're really worried about?
Roll me a survival check.
I love rolling checks that I'm not. For best. It's wisdom, right?
Yes.
8 plus 2 is 10.
Seems like a thunderstorm.
Seems like not a great thing for a ship.
As it. We're probably a few hours off. Better make the call around. Everyone should probably stay in their rooms for the night before this storm passes through. We're certainly going to enter it, though. No question about that, Callie. Call the extra hands up. It's going to be a bad one by the looks of it. She kind of, right away, slings back down and goes down to the bottom for gathering more crew members. Are you staying up or are you switching over with Barrett?
I don't want to leave now that there's such an obvious distraction. But exhaustion is such a bitch.
Yeah, nat 20 on the weather roll.
On the weather roll?
Weather roll.
I know that if I were the one seeking this object, this would be the perfect distraction. I'm gonna wait until Barrett joins me.
Okay.
So
you're currently sleeping,
you're not.
I'd imagine.
Okay. Then I'll wait. I'm waiting until there's someone
Okay.
to come up to take my watch.
If you're doing your normal switch over, unless you're pulling his leg, you can.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eventually kind of poke him with my loot.
You just feel him come up the stairs and poke you
I
a little
wasn't
bit.
sleeping. I was.
Having a cat nap.
As by the time you're coming up, the waves are getting a little bit bigger, and
Humidity
the
is rising.
Seems like I missed something.
as the ship kind of. You feel the moisture in the air and this kind of like electricity of some kind as well. The wind. The crew.
Are you going back down to sleep?
Sorry.
Are you gonna go downstairs now?
I grow weary of this watch, Barrett, but I must urge you. I must tell you that this coming storm, and I point out over the bow. I don't know.
You're going straight towards the bow is front, I believe. Yeah.
I point towards the storm and I say, Barrett, if anybody is to pilfer this chest in the captain's quarters, it would be during the cover of the storm.
That's when I would do it.
Exactly. I know. We both understand this. I need some rest. I need you to stand vigilant. Are you comfortable staying aboard top deck during what could be a very dangerous storm?
I've been on ships and storms. Probably this might be a bad one, but I think I got it.
I trust you, Barrett.
Well, that's the first mistake.
Maybe it is, but if you think anything should happen, please send someone down to the cabin to wake me.
You go down and get some sleep.
This package cannot fall in the wrong hands.
My hand's wrong? Nah, I'm only joking.
Anybody who asks that question is worthy, I believe. The people who are not worthy do not ask these questions.
Well, you go get some sleep. I'll watch the waves.
Thank you. Please, do not hesitate to wake me. I leave him with the watch and go down.
So as you're top, you notice the crew is like battening down the hatches, tying everything off that hasn't been securely tied off, and preparing for the storm quite rapidly as you begin to heave towards it.
I find like one of the barrels in the center and sit down on it with my loot,
Okay.
and then just start playing.
Okay.
Inspiring.
As the swelling of the ocean. Roll me a quick dexterity save just to see if you can keep your butt on that. This storm is going to get heavy.
I was going.
As the hours begin to pass through,
20.
Nice.
Not natural. Dirty 20.
very good.
Dirty 20.
The rest of you guys who are in your chambers, you hear like a pounding on each one of your doors at one point, like, "Storm's coming, stay inside!" And then that's like all.
I think I'm right.
I think before I fall asleep, I'll tie myself to my
Grab the bucket
hammock.
again.
Okay.
Prepared.
So,
So you don't go
like,
boing.
if there
flailing
is
out.
such motion to knock me from my hammock, I'll be
Terrifying.
I'll be
Secured.
covered.
Okay. Should you have thought of that?
You see Kashagan tying himself up.
Who wouldn't?
What time is it?
Oh wait, you guys are in different rooms actually, aren't you?
Yeah, what time is it?
It's a little after midnight.
Yeah, I would already be asleep.
I'm gonna take
The wind's gonna take me.
the manacles
Okay.
that I had, and I'm gonna put one across the loop in my belt,
Nice.
and one on part of the sail,
Oh,
like
wow,
right in
okay.
the center, so that way I'm still
You're
in the
secure?
center. Yeah.
You're tied
Ship's
up,
going down, so is Barrett.
and you've got the key for that
Yeah.
on you. Very good. For now.
Hopefully you don't drop it.
There it is.
For now.
So, as the ship begins to heave into the heart of this storm, as the hour passes by before you feel the mist turning into water and the water turning into torrential rain downpour, before lightning shooting across the sky, wind, the boat at some points tipping fully onto like a 65-degree angle before.
I want to try to play with the natural rhythm of the rain and the thunder and the waves.
Okay. So as you are outside during this storm, make me a Constitution saving throw. And the rest of you who are below deck sleeping, make me also Constitution saving throws.
Ooh, that is not good.
Come on.
Well,
21.
21, 12, 12.
That one.
You get sick, boy.
21.
21,
24.
24. Wow. Yeah,
My
you're getting
dynamic,
sick
even
from
though
this.
it's going like this.
Tied into it, at some point you're like, oh my god, need to puke. Can't get out of the hammock.
It's just a like a rope around my waist.
Make me a sleight of hand check here to see if you don't throw up on the floor and stuff. Just a quick one.
Sleight of hands plus 7, 17
Yeah, you're
Nice.
able to untie. You're like, oh my god, gonna happen now.
in the bucket.
10.
You also get sick. Again.
Mage hand that
Okay,
bucket over
That's
here.
why, as soon as I was like, I grabbed the bucket as soon as.
You're out the window.
Barrett, surprisingly enough, you are rocking the fuck out of your loot during this entire storm. As the crew are like barely hanging on, you see individuals like. And roll me a perception check actually over the course of the evening as well. Because you are keeping watch as well. And your attention is on the door mostly, right? Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. That is an 11.
11. Okay, good to know.
Good to know. He said.
11 isn't that high. Yeah. So, as the evening progresses and hours pass by and this storm is raging, you are playing along most of the time, I'd imagine,
Yeah.
and lightning is like shooting across the sky, lighting you up. You are perfectly stable on these barrels like you've been doing it all your life, which you mostly have been, to be quite honest. You're perfectly content at this, actually. You are Prince at the Super Bowl right now. If anyone knows that reference, it was amazing. However, though, the evening does pass through and the storm eventually does cease as the morning sun begins to come up, and that'll put us on to Om Day, which... As eventually the storm begins to cease and the morning sun begins to come up, it is much more noticeable at this point, as it is now day that an immensely thick fog clouds the waters. As Jason's shift is ending, he kind of knocks on the door of Zovra and, Captain, it's morning. And she comes out. Oh, rather rough seas. Is everyone accounted for, Jason? No, we haven't done a head count yet, but I'll get to it right away.
I'm here.
One at least. Very good. And that makes 3 so far. Very well, Jason. I'll man the helm if you would like to make a head count, please, and ensure that everyone is still aboard.
I'm gonna unlock the manacles
Okay.
and put them back in my very wet pocket.
And so as the seas are relatively calm at this point, it's getting the normal rocking. There's almost no wind right now as the storm has passed, and it's just this blanket of thick fog around. You can barely see the center mast if you're not or the next mast over. It's so thick. As you see Jason disappear into the fog and then head downstairs, knocking on the doors. Eventually comes down to your rooms and head count. Just making sure everyone's aboard and.
I'm here.
I slept wonderfully.
Like a baby.
I had a nat 20, so.
You were swinging to the rhythm of the ocean, having wonderful dreams and the dreams of tinkering.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
legit dry heaving at this point. Nothing.
Was it Ombre or Old Day?
Today is Om Day.
I feel like
Old Day we just passed through, and then now it's Om
I
Day.
missed a night then somehow.
That was your night shift just then.
But I thought that was the night shift from Sunday into Old Day.
No, Sunday and Om Day was before that.
As Jason comes and knocks on
This would be like
our
the
door.
second day,
Yeah.
essentially. This is now the morning of the third day, I guess it would be, since you guys have parted out.
So when Jason comes and knocks on our door, Mooskie's halfway already out. He's just ready to roll.
Well, that's another one accounted for. You see, actually, roll me an insight check, Usk.
But I really do
He's
think
right.
I really do think it is Old Day.
Oh, are we on Om Day, sorry?
Sick the entire
On
time.
Sunday, I was hanging out with Paulus and Cassian, and then
Okay,
at
okay.
the same time
Who's
they were.
fishing on Sundays?
Okay, morning of Om Day.
So we're morning of Old Day, right?
Old Day, Old Day. I keep saying Om
Do I
Day.
have this
Oh,
written
okay,
the
so
wrong
it is-
way?
yeah.
Maybe
No.
it's Old Day before Old Day?
No, I think I just got ahead of myself.
Okay.
So we're on the morning of Old Day.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
13.
13. He seems like Jason to you. He's kind of not the most personable person. So
Jason is Jason.
Jason is Jason. As he goes up top deck, Barrett, you're up there as well. Are you going up top deck too? So you come out into this fog. You barely see Barrett.
I'm soaked.
He's drenched, absolutely drenched. Big bags under the eyes as well. Been up all
What
night.
a ride!
As Jason kind of going over to Zobra. Captain, we are missing a few crew.
Swear to God, if it's Skippy,
We're gonna find
I'll
out.
start a riot.
Or Stan.
It's all
Or
random.
Stan.
My boy, my fishing boy.
What about Scabby?
Or Scabies. Slinky.
It's Cavalier.
We'll see.
She ordered a drink anyway.
I was gonna miss that chick.
It's just a terrifying.
She was thrown from the crow's nest.
What a.
That'd be so sad.
I rolled 4 2s. That's just not helpful at all. Okay, there we go.
Dice. You just hope to meet their fate.
Skeleton crew.
If it's Skippy.
If it's the elves.
Well, don't worry, guys. I know how to run a ship. I guess.
I rolled a
Who's not
nat
above
20.
yet.
I
That
know
draw
Very
off was fair game.
figuring this stuff.
Out of the way,
Die
Captain.
from dehydration.
Yeah,
That's the whole point why I wanted to know how to run a ship.
you have to move unique.
No!
Oh no.
Who is it?
He rolled on a table.
Yeah. Oh, it's always gotta be random with me. I'm sorry, guys. As he goes to Captain, you're up there, Barrett, and Usk, you can hear them having this exchange. Haven't been able to track down Gulby or Hecator, Jara, or Kali.
I knew it.
Or who?
Callie.
Oh. Bye, Callie. Bye.
I won't miss
Well, do another check.
She will not be
If
thirsty any longer.
you see her face is kind of like a little bit losing color in it for a second. Do another check around, Jason. Wake up Skippy, and we will
Who was the first one?
Gulby,
Golby, I remember that name for sure.
Callie,
And Yara was the
Hecator.
one that took us in the rowboat.
Jara-
Sleep.
Jara was the
Oh no, he
purple
wasn't sleeping.
Is it
No.
Jara or Yara?
Jara with a J.
J.
Jara.
They were the one that- they were the one that
Kelly,
took
and
us
Jara
forward.
are the three that are missing.
And
Yes.
Hector something or
Or
other.
Hector. Or
Hecator.
Hecatometries. Hecator.
Hecator is Axe Guy. So that's
No.
yeah. Not Axe Guy. That's it.
Not a nameless citizen.
I was reading
Let me
Callie's
ask
name.
you something.
Callie.
Not NPC number
Why
3.
couldn't it be the elves?
I
mentioning
actually.
Why did she get a reading?
believe that she-
We could have seen this coming.
Get wrecked.
And what's this guy? Oh, he is that guy. Okay.
How did we lose so much crew?
Dice.
No.
The dice were merciless.
Was that crew dwarf or was that
That was Golby or
Golby was the
Golby-
gunpowder guy.
He's
wasn't
the
he?
master gunner.
yeah, he was the gunpowder guy.
Oh.
He was the one that showed Farmer the gun and was
I
like,
got this.
It was
I know that I can clean it.
getting high off of gunpowder.
I don't think that was.
That was
someone
That was
else.
someone else. but
both
he-
Wincy and Skippy are
Skippy.
into the
He's the one
gunpowder
that
a little
showed
bit.
Farmer the gun and was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fancy. His like lifetime saving gun. Like,
Yeah.
But he's pretty much similar to the one
Well,
that you
lifetime
found.
saving. Not this time.
Well, he spent his lifetime saving for it.
A lot of good a gun's gonna do you in a storm
Tim
there,
does-
Buckaroo.
Die!
Back,
Back with you, eh?
I shoot into the water.
You stopped
Oh man, I can't believe Callie's MIA right now.
Man, the whole
it. How
fucking
yeah? How
plot.
bummed are you
The
right
whole
now?
fucking plot.
Well, kind of not that bummed because I don't have to flirt with you guys anymore. But also
Go to your mom.
super bummed right now
Because
because Callie
There was
was
some good shit brewing there. Yeah.
She's gone.
What if your mother?
She got flung from the
Hey, you
crow's
never know.
nest.
We might find her.
Hey,
Maybe.
while we're chatting,
So as Jason continues to do his rounds, everybody's making his rounds. You guys are in your rooms to some degree. Usk and Baird are up top. What do you guys want to be doing?
I'm gonna make my way back down.
Are we exchanging shifts?
It's like the
Well,
morning,
Usk is up there, and he kind of
like 5 or 6 a.m.
knows some of the happy hap. So I feel like we have
Yeah.
at least a little reprieve.
So you come down into the room and
Yeah, you're so.
soaky boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm probably not on the hammock anymore. I'm like on the floor,
Oh,
near
you're
the
so
bucket.
sick, that's
and I'm
right.
like,
You look like you had a fun night.
Barrett, who's watching the door?
Usk?
Did you tell him?
No.
oh my
Usk,
god!
are you watching the
He's,
door?
up, he's up there.
He's got his good eye on him.
He's got one eye. He's got one eye.
You see lips through the door, through the hole rather. Would you like me to go up and watch?
I need more
The
rest.
glory
I mean,
hole
he-
has lips now.
Dangerous. I didn't say it. You
Good lord!
That was you.
Why you gotta say it?
Don't
I'm completely drenched. I was just out in the storm. He's sick.
say no more.
Sit down.
Oh, she's gone.
Sit down. Calling into the hole.
You just hear the like.
Yeah. Same energy. Same energy.
curled up in a
I'm gonna go by the door, like
Right.
very much like
Read all again.
I am standing in front of this door.
All
And-
2 feet of me.
Exactly. And no one can get past me.
In front of the captain's door.
Yeah.
Love it.
The door opens.
Just like that. See Skippy like going around doing the rounds as well, but Jason's going down below to rest or something. He's not around though, and Zorba's at the helmet.
Yeah, were Jason and Callie like something wrong? I think they might have been.
I don't know, maybe. So yeah, at the current moment, the ship is like barely moving in the water. There is almost no wind right now, and the captain is just holding it, and you cannot see anything beyond this fog. As you go up for the first time, I suppose, and you just see white fog all the way around.
Can I see?
Can't even see the top of me.
Can I-
Depending
can I-
where,
can I-
depending
can
on
I-
where he is, yeah. From your down level, you can only see up to like here.
Like your knees.
Oh,
You
that's
just
hilarious.
you can't. Well, can he see me?
No.
You have about 10 feet of actual vision, I would say, to be honest. You guys can see.
You have to be like brave.
Yeah.
Boost! I'm like trying to like wave away the fog. Like
Some of it's swirling around a little bit.
Just kind of like give out a big sniff.
Small.
hello? I'm watching the door.
Okay.
Good, you're glad we had this conversation.
Don't get me.
I know. I'm
Just
feeling
gets
very
not
important
care.
right now, though, and I need to let people know about
He's
it.
like, thanks. Oh, good. Cool. So you hear the crew coming up eventually. Skippy coming back, Captain. She kind of, since you're like literally below where she's steering the ship, you can definitely hear Skippy, and he's like, Captain, that's yeah, that's confirmed. We're missing 4 individuals, but none of the passengers have gone missing so far. That's good news to report. The captain just kind of like, very well, Skip. Leave me for now, and we will continue to search for the moment, but ready the carvings. We will add 4 new names. So it seems.
That's the names of
Those are the names we're going for.
Yeah, we figured that out earlier when they said that they would throw Oosk over.
She shouts up, Sten, keep a sharp eye. Any sign of the rest of the fleet, let me know immediately. He just waves. Yeah. As she continues to steer the very slow-moving ship, just kind of, you hear the like creaking of wood more so than anything else in the. It's a very ominous feeling. The ship slowly rocking.
I'm gonna sit down at this point. Just right in front of where I am now.
Seeing all the feet coming in.
Exactly. Just so I can cut the scalpel.
Yeah. Hamstring. Cut their Achilles tendons.
Cut some
Since my common clothes are sewed, I'm gonna change into my costume.
It's
You
time
would
to
lose you
get
both.
Fabulous. My ones are very carnival like,
I love it.
Oh god, yes.
and you might want to avert your gaze. I have to get undressed.
Come
Oh, I
on.
can't vomit too anymore.
Ouch. Right.
That's so funny.
I throw my wet clothes
I
over
just
like
played the blanket over my head.
the bunk bed
The radiator.
and switch over to
What
like
is
these
this, like,
carnival looking
2021?
clothes that are like looks very like almost like if you were a trapeze artist type of thing,
Like a dirty kind of thing?
almost like a leotard,
Yeah.
but kind of like a
Do you have like a masquerade mask?
no,
It's just like a tight-fitting,
Yeah,
like
but also like this really like bright purple
Yes.
like half jacket.
Yes.
nice,
Greatest Showman style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half jacket.
half bare chesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, and then like little like almost like elf boots.
Oh, lovely. The super curly at the end.
Yeah,
I
Love
can
it.
picture that.
I love it.
I love
They have bells on them.
no.
Ah,
Shit.
we have bells on the other things.
To be stealth.
So as you are changing,
I'm gonna make my way back
Okay.
upstairs.
dress like that.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Have you slept?
No. I mean, I slept.
You slept before your
Yeah.
watch, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And six still.
I make my way. I make my way over to where
Been
Tim's
sitting
sitting.
literally.
Okay.
Oh, but I don't recognize your feet. No, Kim.
Imposter. Elves.
I place my back. I place my back to the door and slide down to sit down.
So wait, so huh? Sorry, do that again.
So like where you're sitting, where
but
you're.
if I see your if
You see my feet. I press my back against the wall, and then I
see your feet, I'm grabbing your ankle.
God, this tiny hand just.
Yeah, both of them.
Almost make it around.
Can I help you?
Oh, at the
sound of the voice.
The sound of his voice, I'll let go and my shoes.
My mother packed me these clothes. I didn't want them, but she put them in my bag.
She's a nice food.
Excuses.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man.
I slide down the.
So we're just like sitting together.
Yeah.
As you plunk down, watching the fog in front of you, the ship slowly,
We're not moving.
very slowly.
Not fast.
Goose makes his way over to like the sides of the ship. Like just looks into the water.
Roll me a perception check. Oh, wait, it's foggy as fuck. Disadvantage.
One eye.
One eye.
And one eye given her.
It's 9.
That's what you get for one eye.
You can
one-eyed
barely
witch.
see the water
In the
Barely see the water.
So you see the water?
from the top of the boat. Yeah.
Heavily obscured.
You can see it when it kind of like the boat tips a little bit from it, and then when it tips back, it's gone.
Can I poke my head out
Yeah.
the porthole?
You'll be able to see the water from that level, I suppose. Barely. It's very foggy. You just see white. You can hear the like. And footsteps everywhere as people are like. Still, the crew is still kind of manically looking around for people who are missing. So
They're missing 4 people. I heard.
Yeah, the captain seems pretty sad.
Question. How tall is the ship? From top down.
from top deck to the water,
Yeah.
I think it's about. I can measure.
Brisbane?
Because each level is about 15 feet, so you're about 30 feet up. Pardon?
I need more rope.
More
I
rope.
need more rope.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Champagne?
I'm cool.
You're very socially awkward, you know that?
It really helps when you tell me that I am. That's gonna make me less, so.
I'm sorry.
Play me a tune.
Okay. I pull out my lute. Ocean Dale, you sail the sea, helping those you feel in need. A body so small and a heart so large.
No.
You save the ship from those in charge. Gears and cogs whirling as one. Your kindness and timidness I shall not shun. That's kind of all I have so far.
Aww.
A round of applause.
Yay, music. Yes.
Very good.
Pretty good, I guess.
Still working on it.
Cool.
I think I lost something.
She's gonna get up
That's great.
and scurry away back to the room.
So good.
So as Tyndale's trail like disappears into the fog, down the stairs.
I still sit at the door.
As you sit there, you hear the silence and nothing but the. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, got on an arrow, nice.
Here we go. I'm out.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
This one is 0. 10.
After sitting there in silence for about 5 or 10 minutes, pluck a string just out of instinct, boing, and it reverberates in your head. For you, it's followed by the sound of whispers again. You recognize this language, though. It's infernal. Keros, Keros, Keros. Come to me, Keros. Find me, Keros. Come to me.
It's fun.
I'm sorry, you have the wrong brain?
What are you on about?
Blood. Get the blood, the blood, the blood. More blood. Quench. Thirst. Before they eventually begin to, you hear the sound of whoosh, water.
Tim?
Oh, you don't know what I mean.
Boost?
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Your whispers in the night.
Many World Masters' Heart of Mora is recorded in Chibuktuk, in Mi'kmahi, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This territory is covered by the Treaties of Peace and Friendship, which recognizes Mi'kmaq and Wolastoqiyik title and establishes rules for what is to be an ongoing relationship between nations. We are all treaty people, and proudly support working and cooperating together to create a peaceful community where we can all live our best adventure.